Okay, recording. I wanna hear the events of last week from Karakwa's perspective.
You tell him, Ziggy.
I thought that was Karakwa.
Karakwa voice too.
Karakwa.
A little bit.
Honestly, right underneath the microphone.
Honestly, I thought it was too.
Karakwa, with his one intelligence, says,
And one charisma.
"Let me tell you how the Zionist states are funding Bismarck and the invasion of the White Tide Mother."
Now remember,
And how we
Karakwa
need to
doesn't just
support them.
have one intelligence, he also has one charisma. He's actually the head of a new musical group, and he starts singing his new song, Ireland Boys, and an Ireland...
Oh no!
What is Karakwa's wisdom?
It's still a 20 wisdom.
How do you reconcile a 20 wisdom with a 1 intelligence? And
He
1
already
charisma?
knows the fire is hot, but does not.
Karakwa
remember.
is incredibly aware that he is mentally deficient.
He doesn't have the intelligence to tell him that the rock will hurt his mouth, but he has the wisdom to know that it'll make a damn fine sandwich.
Damn.
Look, I'm sorry, man. Could you say that a little slower? I'm just a little bit retarded.
All right.
Karakwa is Joe Rogan.
Retarded and self-aware.
Who wants to,
No,
Joe
Karakwa
Rogan.
is Alex Jones on Joe Rogan.
Who wants to
I'm gonna
hit
be honest with you.
the
I'm
high
a little retarded.
Who wants to hit the high points of what happened to last week? Cause it was a doozy. There was some real shit that went down.
Everyone, give it up for Rick.
Was that Rick that you said there?
Yeah, Rick. Let's hear it, Rick. What happened last week?
Nick and I went to Nick's mom's house and we got some furniture and brought it back and rearranged our living room.
Oh, it's
Forgot y'all
true.
were here.
We might we might be playing the Saturday game in the living room now, which is gonna give us ample room to move around.
Where did you
Which would
play
be
it
pretty cool.
previously?
In the kitchen.
Ugh.
Yeah, but Ryan's like, no, we gotta be in the kitchen.
Why?
I don't. He didn't,
Because Ryan.
That's fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
'Cause he doesn't
fully,
like-
I
He
understand
doesn't like
that
the
reasoning.
height of the table to the living room chairs.
Yep.
Which we gotta get a new table for it anyway because the table is too big.
All right.
Is he looking for like bar height table?
I'm gonna go round table to see who remembers important things. Obviously, Nick and Rick don't have to worry about it. They won't hear. Beaver, what happened last week?
From the
His
top.
arm like a twig. No, I'm working backwards from where I remember.
The most visceral thing. It's a shame I didn't have like pasta here to go crack whenever you broke the
shit, that would've
damn
been sick.
That'd have
freaking.
been great.
But I don't.
So-
I don't keep pasta next to me.
Oh,
Only
you
here.
should.
I mean, why
Wow,
not?
what a
Pack some
terrible
spaghetti next
Italian.
to
I know, right? A
Colin, you need to
gabagoo.
have an organizer of various physical sound implements. Pasta,
He's just gonna be like a Foley
a
artist.
rain stick.
I'm gonna do it.
Rain's not hard. I
So-
had the cracking ice sound effects on.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
I
for
still
talking.
like I vividly remember when Bismarck showed up at the exact time that the sound of the dragon was that in the track, or did you press a button for that?
No, it's in the track, but it also is different.
Did you rehearse that? Because
it-
that was beautiful.
It can be different for everybody because the tracks can play differently for everyone. So
Oh,
They
shit.
play client side, so
Yeah,
Okay,
it might
because
be a
yeah,
different
mine
time
was
zone.
perfectly synced.
like right now, I got these sweet drums playing, but they could be in different
Anyway,
places.
the
for
general
me.
gist of what happened last week was that Colin really wanted us to get the hell out of Dodge, and we refused, and instead stayed to try to help everybody.
I mean, we did manage to teleport everybody
Well,
out.
the
We just
important-
passed
the
through
important
a
thing
few limbs.
was to see that to do more than to get everyone out would take extraordinary lengths, not just what you had at your disposal. And obviously, you saw the fruits of that. You lost how many druids? Near like a dozen druids killed. Well, quasi killed.
The entire group that stayed behind, including Gershwin.
Yep, sacrificing themselves to rip open the portal in the tree long enough to send them away.
Aruna's magic arm became wood,
Mm-hmm.
and then chopped off her other arm.
To quicken the teleportation spell and increase its speed. Not only that, maybe even worse than having to cut off her own arm, having Baba Yaga just sort of almost kind of gloat over her like, maybe you do need me, and handing her the mask back that she tossed to the side. That's that's some salt in that freaking chopped off arm wound.
Reed tried to lie to the Tide Mother, and then Ito successfully lied to the Tide Mother.
Now, it does
I wouldn't
seem...
say you successfully.
It does seem that they... it's not that they...
It wasn't that they believed it, but they believed what I said was within the realm of possibility.
Basically, they accepted that
they accepted that he is that clever.
Yes, they accepted that it's within the realm of possibility, and they would... and you know they'll probably go and check up on that, but it's also not too hard for them to go check up on that. Bismarck and the White Tide Mother can both get around pretty well and teleport, but it at least buys probably a few days that they're going to be out of the fight. Maybe more than that, who knows.
On that note, I had things that I was going to do as soon as we landed, but I can wait until the recap is over.
But that's really, I mean, that's the... It sounds like, not that much happened, but there was a lot that ended up happening, between...
Well, I mean, saving the people took, what, like 3 hours?
Took a while, yeah. Because you had 2 different groups doing 2 different things, trying to organize people. Then you had the confrontation with, both Bismarck and the White Tide Mother. You actually spoke to her, learned that she, and learned some things about her. You did indeed learn her power is not a fluke. It's not. She didn't get a lucky shot on Gen to knock his ass down.
I meant to ask this last week. How old is she? Could we tell?
She is no older than 16 or 17. She appears to be almost a child.
Well, okay, and this is a question that I feel Ito could ask, because I wanted to ask this last week, but it was kind of a really intense moment. We know that the way their magic works is all imbued into a single individual.
All their arcane magic works, yes.
Right, their arcane magic. Is that individual that we know of so far unique in that how they receive that, or is it just genealogical chance? Or do we not know?
You, from what you've read in the Redeemer's diaries, it seems like it's genealogical chance. It's not like they're a chosen one.
So she just arrived in this world and could be arcane.
Yes, and it's not even over a set period of time. It's not like every 10 generations. It could be every generation for a little while, and then it could be 20 generations. But that one person,
there's only ever one.
There's only ever one at a time, though.
Okay.
It has all the magic concentrated in it, and obviously the longer you go, the more magic is concentrated in it. So if it's 20 generations without a arcane person, there's 20 generations of magic just crammed into them.
Oh, Christ. Okay. Interesting.
And that is why, even though she's maybe 16, 17, she is wildly powerful. I mean, in metagame terms, Karakwa hit a 24 on his intelligence save. It was not high enough.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what's our portent die?
Alright. Oh, wait! I forgot. They actually said something. You don't have access to your airship right now. You don't have access to any of your bonuses from the airship.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's true.
I did not know about that. Okay.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, man. We've been milking that for a while.
You don't...
Adelaide, though?
Adelaide,
no,
you get...
before we could teleport there. We cannot teleport
You
there right
are
now.
cut off from your airship completely right now.
What do we get from Adelaide?
Adelaide...
Oh, because
she gives...
C.
That's
No, it's because
Aruna
we're
can't
just not...
teleport.
Aruna can't
doesn't have
telepass. You're in the port. Aruna can't teleport. You're in the weird sea.
We're not near the map.
Also, Karakwa can't transport via plants there.
Oh.
You're completely cut off from the airship at this point. However, I think most people forget. A lot of times we forget Adelaide's because it's technically a very minor bonus. She grants.
I don't know what she has.
Hold on. Let me go to my journals.
It's like
Like
bonus
some heroism
HP,
thing?
Temporary.
morale.
She can make the party have temporary hit points equal to her level plus her charisma modifier.
Okay. Is that once per combat, I'm guessing?
She gets, you know, the inspiring leader feat. That's sort of what she gets.
Okay.
And currently, her level's been going up with the help of Reed and sort of her training and being out and getting stuff. So she's able to give a pretty decent amount of hit points now.
Once we're landing, are we done recapping?
Yeah. You land in the. Well,
I'm gonna wait.
I'm a little
till Cody
bit.
shows up to say what I was gonna.
I'm a
do.
little bit loath to call it a city. It's certainly not a city. It's not nearly that organized, but it is larger than a village, a fairly sizable town, but a little bit in disarray, in a sense. It doesn't have nice organized roads or houses in lines. It's not all, there are houses that are made of, and buildings that are all made of in different styles. It's like a clash of two cultures. As you can see that many of the buildings have the familiar sort of stout foundations of Stahlreich, sort of stony edifices rising up to sort of slate roofs. And there are also others, houses made of wood with thatch roofs made from the palm fronds of the nearby trees. Distinctly different. Much more natural looking. And even despite the fact that they're made of simple wood and palm fronds and nearby reeds and things like that, they look like they're holding up pretty damn well. It's warm here, pleasantly warm compared to the swamp.
Like open up your shirt warm.
Yes, as if the sort of cold winter of the invasion of Black Everfrost has not really touched this land. It's quite nice, quite warm, quite tropical even.
Can I ask, is it possible to put a label on the area that we just were, or like a dot, where we were previously?
We were.
I can put one on the Stahlreich.
Yeah, that's right. We were on the delta.
You're
right?
on that tiny little island right there.
Okay. Cool.
And you're all the way over here in Weitdorf. You can see the town itself is a sudden flurry of activity as many of everyone that you teleported in that final teleportation ends up here, in addition to the many refugees that you sent previously on. The town itself, a flurry of activity, people sort of rushing to and fro, there's sort of desperate cries of people trying to find somewhere to stay. There's already an organization of people that are trying to negotiate rooms in places that have rooms and put together a way to make at least temporary buildings quickly erected so that people at least have a roof over their head. There's even a couple of lean-tos that have been quickly and sort of erected, leaning roughly up against several of these buildings. You can see palm fronds being thrown over it like roof thatch. It is, an relatively industrious place. And you can see the people here don't all look familiar to you. Most of them are dark-skinned, beautiful sort of hues of sort of tans, and even a couple that have this faint bluish tone to them, with slightly pointed ears, and eyes that don't have whites. They're actually black. They seem to have some sort of elven heritage about them.
I'm sorry, their sclera is black.
Their sclera is black, yes.
Well, that's nightmarish.
But they don't seem in any sort of pain. They smile, and you see they have wickedly pointed teeth, however, like they've been filed into points.
To know.
You are just a group that is lost in this flurry of activity. Barely a blip on a radar. There's been so many people coming into the city over the past couple hours that it is not really that surprising that they don't notice you, even with Aruna unconscious, blood sort of still pouring from her arm, still seeping from the terrible wound. The limb lost, burnt up into teleportation. So her arm is not.
Beaver, I'm not clicking that. Fuck you.
Her arm is not there with you. It was literally consumed as one of the reagents, one of the ingredients of the teleportation circle. So you can't even really like try to put it back together and use some sort of healing magic. 'Cause it is gone. She lies on the face down on the ground. She has shivers sort of racking through her body. Karakwa is there. He is his wisdom. He still knows friends from foes. He's not. His intelligence is 1, his charisma is 1, but he still knows his friends. He's not able to cast, but he's able to defend himself with his physical attacks, and he knows who to defend.
So just to make sure I'm tracking, with a 20 wisdom and a 1 intelligence charisma, Karakwa is at that state of drunkenness where he is precisely and unequivocally aware that he is completely shit-faced, right? Like
Sure.
he knows that he's mentally deficient, right? He's
Yeah.
aware. Okay.
I mean, he's aware that something. He could be aware that something's not right, but he could not process what is wrong with him.
Okay. Like he knows the what maybe, but not the why.
But he does know. He's still able to tell friend from foe. And he's still able to sort of defensively back himself up against Aruna as people a flurry of people rush to and fro. You hear a voice crying out over the rest of them. Come on now, lads! Get your fucking shit together and make sure that these people have a fine place to rest. Some of them might be pretty damn good crew members, should they pass the tests. As one person seems to have taken charge. He wears a sort of long, like, admiral's coat, a tricorn hat, a surprisingly fine frilled silk shirt, with a brooch that has a bronze dragon's head sort of tucked into it. He stands there, one hand resting on a cutlass, the other hand resting on a wickedly curved dagger, sort of surveying the extent of people rushing around, sort of shaking his head with a little bit of disdain. Every now and then barking out orders saying, "That lean-to's gonna blow over in the first storm, you damn idiot. Let me guess, you never been here, have ya?" And that sort of thing.
Is he building?
He's just overseeing.
Okay.
First
Cody's
first mana storm that rolls through here, you better believe it's gonna be turned to fucking smithereens.
I don't like the word mana storm. That makes me nervous. But now that Cody's back here, I'm gonna quickly say what I was gonna do. As soon as we land, I'm casting 3 sendings. One to Gehentramaz, letting him know that I have no reason to believe they believed me, but I told Bismarck and the Tide Mother that you're currently in their hometown to buy time. They're hunting you. I will send basically the same message to Klaus, and then I'm going to send a message to
Venta.
I'm sorry?
You're with us, I believe.
I know, I'm making a joke.
Venta's here. I'm going to send the same message to Amelia to let her know that there's a grove on the Ile de Royhan that was home to a druid Gershwin, and that on my order it is to be turned into a monument for what the druids sacrificed so that the refugees could arrive in the Ile de Royhan.
All
Well,
right,
that's
now do it in
very
25
sweet.
words.
Yeah.
You know.
What
You
was
can,
your
you
name?
can, you can get this. You can probably get the sentiment across. I'm not that worried about it.
Now I did step away. Is Aruna still bleeding to death from cutting off her
we already
arm?
covered that.
Okay, cool.
Colin, I'm gonna. start
We'll
bleeding
hold up
real-
Karako's hand and be like, do the fire thing! Cauterize it!
I cure wounds on Aruna and like nubbify.
No,
I don't like the
Nubbify.
word nubbify.
All right.
Neblimate.
You pump
Connor, what
healing
did you say
magic.
the class?
You pump healing
Nullification.
magic into the heart of Aruna as she slides, turning her over from being face down. Her eyes, a little more than a faint slit. The life quickly beginning to dim from as you place your hands on the sort of blood. You can see every now and then as her heart faintly pumps, there's a little gush of blood that comes out, but as you place your hands on the arm and sort of focus on the Mantis Queen, your hand resting lightly on the Mantis Claw sword, the magic energies pulse through you, and you can see there's almost a worrying beat where nothing happens, but then the wounds begin to knit closed. The end of her arm slowly, the blood staunches, the purpled skin begins to grow over it in a wicked sort of scar, but it does close. But it took a lot of healing to do that. She was at 0 hit points, and it took quite a bit of pumping healing into her.
I really wish I wasn't a drooling mess right now because I could just cast regenerate and restore her arm to her.
I like to think that every now and then somebody's reaching over to Karakwa and like wiping drool off of his mouth.
So lesser restoration does not work, right? It has to be greater
You need greater.
restoration.
Yep.
Okay.
The
Doesn't
drool
Tidy
wiper would be
also
I
have-
fantastic.
see Branesh, right? Like I don't know necessarily that it's him, but I'm also very aware that that's.
Oh, we know
More
it's
than
him.
likely.
We've
Yeah, he's
seen,
wearing a bronze dragon on his.
I go up to him, be like, "We're the ones that were trying to get on your ship. One of my friends has lost both arms. The other one is a drooling, moronic mess. Do you know Greater Restoration, or do you know someone that does know Greater
Branesh
Restoration?"
responds, "How meta."
He looks at you and sort of as, your friend's arms are hardly my problem right now.
I'm aware, but they can help with the town if they're both not completely out of everything. Like they're both effectively vegetables.
That is powerful magics, I'm afraid, that are beyond my scope. I have never been much of a caster myself. Always been a bit more of a... He sort of smiles. Rakish sort of fellow.
I understand, but I figured of the people here, you were the only one that I vaguely recognized, and I would ask.
And as for magics that's powerful, well... Anyone that had that kind of skill would have left this town long, long ago, whenever the first evacuation started.
Good to know.
I wish I could offer you something more.
No, it's okay.
I'm gonna
What's
pick her
a
up and
mana
carry her.
storm?
Ito, how often can you cast Sending?
Colin, how many castings of sending was that just now? 3?
Yeah, you said
You did
3.
you did 3.
Okay. Let me.
I also don't know
off.
how much you made last time, because you haven't had a rest.
No, my spell slots are still. I'm actually fresh out. I can no longer cast sending. I would have to rest.
What, was that the one that was she the one that contacted me?
Yes.
I'm the
She sort
other
of
one, but I'm tapped.
shakes his head. You want to survive in the Weird Sea, you gotta be a little more heavily armed. He sort of smiles. You get it, right?
I understand. I have 4 arms.
Aruna, though, you can't catch it.
Is I know Tommy's not here. Is Aruna conscious?
No, she is unconscious.
No, she's gone.
It took pumping all the that much healing just
Wake
to
up.
fix her arm.
Just to keep her alive. Okay.
Wake up! We need you to cast spells.
Colin, you heard me that I was carrying her, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay,
can find you a place to lay her down and rest, somewhere at least clean where you don't have to worry about infection setting in.
That would be greatly appreciated.
Yes.
In the meantime, is there anything that the rest of us could help with? What's a mana storm?
Oh, first time in the city, eh?
I suppose it would be Ito's first time out this far west.
Well, every now and then we get a roiling mass of clouds and thunderheads that come in quite fiercely. And let's just say they're not always shooting lightning bolts down. Sometimes it's fireballs hitting the landscape. Sometimes it's, great gouts of poisonous gas. Never can quite tell with a metastorm. It's always a little bit weird.
Sounds
Oh my god, it just rolls on the sorcery table.
wonderful.
Well, for the most part, if you keep your head down and don't go outside, you should be okay. They're not exactly common, that's to be sure. At least not this far inland. Out on the actual weird sea itself, they're a little bit more common. But I know how to avoid them.
It's like noon, right? I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
or sometime afternoon.
Colin, I'm going to I'm gonna attempt to commune with the Mantis Queen and try and I want her to give me a vision on how to fix this. Like, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna like drop to the ground right where I am and do it.
Fix.
Are you gonna
Alright.
drop to the ground and
Fix,
sit,
fix,
or drop to the ground,
Aruna and Karakwa.
drop to the ground and like lay down, just like
No, like
I
just
think he's kneeling.
oh,
yeah.
mine was funnier. You should do that.
It's like, is he okay?
Do that as he sees
Is he
that.
dead?
Ito watches and just goes, "Great, another one."
Plank for your deity.
I'm gonna take Aruna to wherever he's gonna show us while they do that.
I'll walk Karakwa behind Henley.
I'm just
like,
kind of
cool.
diddling.
Just give me a
along
leash,
the
it'll be
lawn.
okay.
I'm walking next to Karakwa with a little rag, wiping up the drool.
Gross.
He
Some of it's
uh,
gum.
he says, of course, I'll see him after all. Again, despite all of his flaws,
Does he say that like
he says it with a bit of
in a derisive
quite a bit of derision.
Okay.
He was willing to speak up for you, and so I suppose I can find you a safe and clean place if you follow me. As he sort of turns and actually begins walking away from the buildings, out onto the docks themselves. You can see it almost looks like there's a hump that sits low in the water, that appears to be covered in sort of barnacles and all sorts of sea life, a couple of sea stars clutching to it as well. As he goes to it, and with a wave of his hand, slowly there's this crashing sound of water as the hump sort of slowly twists in place, lifting it up right to reveal a massive iron galleon that was sitting off the shore. As it just flips itself upright. Made of all sorts of brass, wood, and iron.
You said flips. It was capsized.
Yes, it was it was basically capsized. You only
And
saw the
and
bottom
it
of it.
just
And he waved his hand, and it flipped upright.
That's a neat trick.
It's good for keeping a low profile.
I imagine.
And slowly it comes in to the docks. You can see there are... initially, there are no deck hands on board, but as it gets closer and closer, you can see there's a flurry of activity as sailors, many of them of all sorts of various races, various ages, begin rushing about. 100 of them at least, sort of bringing this massive ship into more. And even though it sits low on the ground and in the water, probably too low to actually make it into this dock, it almost seems to rise up slightly as it gets closer and closer to the shore, being lifted by some sort of magic to keep it off of the sandbars and off the sand of the shores as it comes close to the dock, allowing people to throw, these sailors to throw ropes down, sort of soaking wet ropes falling to the ground as Burnesh quickly grabs one and ties it. He says, "I don't suppose you know anything about tying up a boat, do ya?"
Was that a history check?
That would be a water, sort of a water vehicles check. Piloting water vehicles. I doubt anybody has that.
How would you like us to roll that?
Give me that can be an intelligence check.
Just a
Tying
straight
knots with sleight of
intelligence.
hand.
This is
Yeah, but
trying
this
to know
is the
what not
knowledge
to tie.
of how to do. Yeah.
Okay.
22. I crit it.
You've been around boats. You've seen sailor's knot tied on more than one occasion. You know
Giggity.
the knots to do, and while it's difficult for you to remember the exact steps you take in, and it's certainly far from completely perfect, it is adequate as he looks at you, Captain Burnesh looks at you and sort of nods his head and says, "Looks like you've been around a fair share of seamen in your day."
Maybe. Yeah. It's an industry where I've come from, so.
But trust me, that's an industry I'm familiar with. As he sort of elbows you.
So is Adelaide.
She
Shut up,
nod-
Jarhead.
Adelaide nods her head and says, "It has been a long time since I've sucked a dick."
Jesus Christ.
The boat itself comes to rest, upright, sort of, it's the water sort of splashing off of it. A rope ladder is thrown down as, you can see Captain Burnesh proceeds to start climbing up it. The actual deck of the ship, considering it's being lifted pretty high out the water, is maybe 35, 40 feet up. It's a long climb. But it's made even more difficult by having to carry Aruna. So Henley, you're carrying Aruna. Give me an athletics check.
A 12.
Oh, you get about 10 feet up, and Aruna slips and just face plants on the dock below.
Wait 1 second. Do I not have advantage? Do I have advantage on those? 'Cause
You're
I'm
not
a
raging.
barbarian?
You're not raging. You have
Ah, that's
advantage
true.
when you rage. She slams face down on the dock as Captain Burnesh sort of says, "That face isn't going to be so pretty after that." As you kind of have to
I don't
rush
have my
down
sea
and
legs.
grab her, lift her up again. This time with the help of a couple of other sailors as they sort of bolster you up and help you pull her up, wrapping a rope underneath her arms and helping sort of distribute the weight as you carry her up. On the actual boat itself, you can see the deck is made of wood, but it has large sort of iron banding across it. And these large, it almost looks like doors, like trap doors on the top deck, 10 on each side. Clearly hinged. Likely they open up for some reason, but Captain Burnesh does not pay a lot of attention to them as he just merely disappears down deck. Leading you down below the decks, you're surprised. One of the things you notice is that the rooms, the cabins, are all quite spacious. Very surprisingly high ceilings as you quickly realize why. He has furniture mirrored on both the floor and the ceiling, capable of comfort and resting, whether it's capsized or whether it is sitting upright, clearly made to do so. Just off the captain's cabin, he shows you what appears to be guest quarters of some kind. However, they are all mostly filled with junk. As he says, you'll have to mind the clutter. We haven't had very important guests on here for quite some time.
I guess I'll make a space and then lay a runa on it.
I'll press digitation it clean.
Alright. You
If I'm there. I'm not sure.
clean up as best as you can. As Captain Burnesh sort of watches on. Well, if all I had to do to have the boat was cleaned was bring guests on, maybe I should have brought them on earlier. That's besides the point. Now, Alakul.
If someone's still around me, I am going to request somebody assist me.
I already said that I'm on the boat, so I don't think I'm near you.
If everyone left, I'm going to go just find them and then do it.
I mean,
There
I'm
is
there.
Okay, Adelaide, do it. She's there.
there is something you can do that you haven't necessarily used before. The Mantis Blade lets you cast Divination for free.
Okay. I'm going to do that first, then.
Alright.
I was going to either do that or do use the thing with the blade that allows me to get make a roll at either a 1 or a 20. But I will do the divination first.
Well, when you ask the divination, you can ask a question concerning a goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days, which I imagine you're going to want Aruna's fixed within 7 days. And I will give you a truthful replies, although it might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, an omen. It only looks into basically it doesn't take into possible circumstances that might change the outcome, like casting other people casting spells. It will just give you a straightforward answer of kind of how to do it, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's the only way to do it. It is just a way to do it.
Because Tommy does have greater restoration, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think it's only Cody.
Alright, well, I will use divination to try and figure out Aruna. I want to ask if there is a way here that I can heal Aruna's arms.
Okay. But yeah, I will say Aruna does not have any greater restoration.
That's fine. I'll try and do something else to figure out Cody.
I'm trying to think of
We use a suggestion
way
spell, right?
to. You can suggest she grows her arms back.
No, we use a suggestion spell on Cody and say smart.
Stop being
and he becomes
retarded.
Smart again.
Damn, I have to be smart now.
All right. You clasp the Mantis Blade, and it allows you to cast Divination without the material component, essentially, for free. And as you focus on it, the Mantis Queen doesn't... You've met her. You know she doesn't answer in, like, riddles and rhymes or voice. She answers in visuals, a grand tapestry that you know she's constantly weaving and cutting and destroying from various colored silks that sort of spin in through her central hive. And that is what you see. It's like a tapestry that sort of spins across your vision. Colorful, garish, bright, glistening with an unseen light that dances before your eyes, catching gold and silver threads. You can see what appears to be a tapestry of blue-green. Upon this tapestry, in golden embroidered thread, you can see there is a incredible beast. Some sort of, it looks to you to be like a turtle, in beautiful sort of golden thread, and in a much darker, almost, or sort of red, that's been darkened to the point of almost being blackish. You can see tentacles wrapped around this golden turtle. And on this golden turtle's back, you see the faintest glint of an emerald jewel. And that is all the vision that you see.
Okay. I just like leap straight up and forward at the direction they left in, and I go find Bernesh.
He's on deck, on his boat. You can see that it is, the ship now that is upright. You can see the name of it, the Iron Trove. All the deckhands are on deck with basically brushes and mops, and they're sort of brushing any sea life that was attached to the top of it. Sort of brushing any water that had accumulated as he stands there saying, "Put your damn backs into it! You call yourselves sailors! You call yourselves pirates!" As he sort of angrily actually goes and like grabs a brush himself and starts, "This is how you do it, you darned idiot!" As you sort of come up, climb the same 30-foot rope ladder up to it, you find yourself standing before him. And even though he probably, you realize he's only maybe 5'5", 5'6", there's something imposing about him as he sort of stares you down and says, "A Thri-kreen, huh? Sailed past more than one of your hives before. What brings you all the way to the weird sea?"
It's so incredibly complicated right now, but
That was one way of putting it.
He nods his
We're
head.
a bit tired.
Life's funny like that.
How are you in terms with Bismarck?
Oh, let Nick talk.
I
You can talk. There'll be plenty of time to talk to
Go ahead, Nick.
Bernesh.
My bad.
I get visions. I need to know what you would know about a giant golden turtle.
I imagine it'd probably be worth a fair amount of gold, that's for sure.
Like,
Roll an
Was it a
insight check.
Was it a real turtle? That just happened to be gold?
He seems... I mean, what's your passive insight for one thing?
my passive insight is 19. So,
there's the faintest hint. Just the faintest hint of maybe something's there, but you're not able to pierce what that means. You don't know if he actually knows something, or if he's wistfully thinking about what it would be like to get that much money and add it to his hoard.
This turtle is being, guess, ensnared by a tentacled beast, and the turtle itself has a giant green emerald on its back. I need my goddess showed me that in an attempt to fix my friends. I need to find this emerald. Preferably now. It's the time frame I'm looking at.
So looks at you and says, "Gods and goddesses are fickle things. You shouldn't put much stock into them."
Well, you say that, but I've walked clear across a continent because of my goddess. I've also seen her as close as I am to you already. I need to find this emerald. If I have to, I will jump in the ocean and find it myself.
He sort of steps to the side and motions to the rail. "You're gonna be swimming a long damn way.
Don't need to. I don't breathe.
There's a lot worse things that could happen in the weird sea than drowning. You trust me."
I do. But right now,
Why do you even care? You stink of the same sentimentality that consumes Gehenthermaz, a mighty beast brought low because he had the foolishness to care that his lover died in 2 winks of an eye instead of 3. That sort of sentimentality will get you killed. To tell you the truth, I was surprised.
already dead. So
He doesn't know that.
I know. I tell him. I say I'm already dead.
Then
The
you
difference
shouldn't-
any of this makes to me is nothing. I care about my home, and I care about the home of these people and the friends that I've made here. If this is lost, then my home is next, and these people, Aruna, the one with no arms, and Karakwa, the one who's a blubbering idiot right now, are 2 of the people that can help fix this, but I need them to be functioning beings and not useless.
Rockless cries.
He looks at you and says,
Mop.
"All the want in the world's not gonna get you where you want to be in the weird sea."
I know. That's why I'm asking you for help.
Well, I don't just take anyone onto my crew, that's for damn sure.
I'm absolutely not just anyone.
Well, you're nobody to me.
I mean, that's fine. What do I need to do?
He looks at you and sighs and says, "First things first. Arrest. You might not be doing too poorly, but your friends, they are not doing so well.
I'm aware.
I'll consider what you can do to prove yourself, but I must warn you, it's not going to be an easy task. I don't accept weaklings on my crew." As you can see, there's like one like thin-armed guy just sort of slowly swabbing. "I'm tired."
I see that.
I'll think about it.
Well, I'll take it.
Until then, enjoy a drink, go into town, have a moment to yourself. And I'll talk to your friends later. To tell you the truth, My crew is quite excited to have some fresh meat to mingle with.
Well, I'm sure it will do everyone some good to just sit for a minute. So I will go and I will sit on the dock, and I'm going to well, actually I'm gonna go find who do I want? I go grab Karakwa, and I like sit down and like pull him to the ground, just say, "Help me," and I attempt to have him give me the help action for what I'm doing.
I like elevators.
And I'm gonna attempt to divine again, but this time for Karakwa. And I'm gonna use the feature to either on evens get a 20 or odds get a 1.
Oh my god.
Lieutenant Dan, I ain't got no arms.
Aruna, you're
Tommy thought about that shit when he woke up this morning.
You're unconscious. Also, Captain Burdesh has made a couple of jokes about you needing to be more heavily armed to go into the Weird Sea.
It's true. You've missed all of Colin's great puns.
Captain Burdesh, he's an asshole, in a way.
Second, like disarming.
For a second, I thought Colin was wearing like a fucking sage hood.
The
He
great
looked
thing
like
is
he
that
should
Colin
start, like,
lives.
throat singing.
Rick, you're not broadcasting your voice.
I'm not trying to.
Oh, okay.
Colin lives like a mile away from Lou and Cody, and they're in t-shirts and like short sleeve shirts. I'm like, I'm cold. I'm in a pea coat and a fucking
pea coat.
It's like, dude, it's like 60 some degrees out. It's like 60 degrees outside. I'm fucking cold.
He's cold.
But the point is, you haven't really missed anything. Introduction to Captain Burdesh, seeing his ship, the Iron Trove. His ship is able to capsize up and down. Basically, definitely has magics on it. Kind of an asshole. Alec Cool used divination to commune with the Mantis Queen. He saw a length of tapestry with a greenish blue tapestry that had a gold embroidered turtle on it with tentacles wrapped around it and an emerald on its back, and that's all that's happened. And then Alec Cool went to Captain Burnesh to ask for help, and Captain Burnesh is like, I don't know if I want to help you. I don't bring anyone on my ship. I don't bring just anyone on my ship, that is, and my crew.
You're unconscious.
Handicap lizard.
And you are unconscious.
Yeah, we put you on a bed.
Thank you.
I had you be unconscious until you arrived, basically. You're healing. The blood has been staunched, however.
You've been nubbified.
You've been nubbed.
Yeah.
Yes.
We explored the medical nubbification.
Can I use my nubs to fix Karakwa's special problem he has?
Unfortunately, unless you have greater restoration, no.
Oh, shame.
And I don't think Aruna does.
No.
Just
You know who has greater restoration?
Not Captain Burdesh either. He is not a magic user. He's not akin to the. He's more of a rakish, roguish type. But the point is, he's also done some insulting to Gen as well. Well, you'll probably get to that, but
There's plenty of time for more insults.
he's not interested in just outright taking you onto his crew and selling you out into the Weird Sea, regardless of anything. You have seen, but he was still kind enough to offer you a clean, sort of safe rooms, considering the town of Weitdorf is now packed with refugees. And it is a pleasant place for the most part. Like I said, it's still warm here. It's not at all suffering from the effects of the White Tide Mother or the invasion of Black Everfrost. Perhaps it's because it's so out of the way, perhaps because it's the weirdness of the magics of the Weird Sea. You're not quite sure. You also learned about mana storms that don't cast lightning bolts down out the sky. They basically cast any spell down out the sky that can sort of impact the area. So it can cast fireballs and like acid sprays, etc., instead of just lightning
If you
bolts.
get struck by lightning, but they discovered that you were in a mana storm, they have to transfer you before they can continue your claim, right?
Sure. Now, Aruna, your eyes sort of flutter open, and you're surprised to find yourself laying in a bed, looking up at the ceiling that has a bed on it.
Whoa.
Several beds, in fact. Each
Oh, good. You're finally
mirroring.
awake.
Wake up.
For some reason, not only does your arm throb, for some reason your face throbs too, as if you were awkwardly dropped on the dock while being hauled up onto the ship.
Be honest.
I apologize.
Did you fail your athletics check?
I got 12 on it.
Oh no.
To be fair, I also fell down when I cut my arm off, so I face planted once and then face
Dude.
planted again.
She has no arm. She's got to weigh like 40 pounds.
It's true. She weighed like 100 pounds to begin with. Now she's like armless.
Doctors
Yeah,
hate this new weight loss method.
I rolled a 2 and a 16. I'm sorry.
Captain Burnesh is trying to be a gracious host to you, but so you find yourself.
Is he?
I mean, he's let you into his cabins. He's still an asshole, but he's let you have a good place to stay.
Oh, you can
Lou,
play
you've never
Weekend at
even
Arenas.
seen Weekend at Bernie's. Get out
No,
of
I
here.
have not.
It's still Weekend at Bernie's because we're on Bernie's ship.
Oh my god, it's true. Burnesh's ship? My god, it's genius.
Part of the plan. So am I just by myself then?
No, I'm there with
No,
you.
we're all looking down at you awkwardly.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate
I'm
it.
not.
Yep.
Peanut gallery.
I've kidnapped
Mikey.
Karakwa's autistic ass and I'm trying to fucking plague.
Wakey, eggs and bakey.
If there's
Aruna,
a
you're not
thing-
gonna believe this, but your hands grew back.
I'd look. Did my hands grow back, Colin?
They did not.
Did not.
I
I
slapped
put a
you.
mirror
Yeah,
up the
I told
wall.
you you're not gonna believe it.
You hear a voice, you almost hear a loud sigh from the doorway. Well, you're gonna be useless without your hands. Let me take care of those. As you see a large, sort of tan-skinned man with a long coat and a white frilled shirt sort of comes, and he rests his hands on you, closes his eyes, he concentrates.
I'm
And then he-
horrified.
He opens one eye.
Nothing happened.
That would have been really impressive if your arm had grown back, wouldn't it? Like if...
I just kind of stare at him in shock.
Like if if some random chance had made your arm grown back, it would have been fucking incredible, right?
Okay, so I know he's a dragon, but I'll take the like partially wooden like fucked up hand from the Karakwa thing and I slap Ito with it.
How?
It's still there.
I do.
Bro,
I do
we
it
don't know
for
how
him.
to put that back on you.
Yeah.
You're nubs.
No. I cut off my good arm and then the gimpy arm got partially treeified. So I still have the treeified arm, it just doesn't work.
Aruna could just be like, Henley, hit Ito.
I imagine it's like Jaime Lannister's golden hand. It doesn't really move. It just kind of is in one static position.
Probably. Great, fantastic. Thank you, Burnish.
I'm just saying, if your arm had grown back, it would have...
Bernie would have been like, "Oh my god, I am a caster."
That's besides the point, I imagine. To tell you the truth, you're the one that contacted me, right?
Did I do the majority of the contacting? I was creepily watching
You did. I also did.
Ged also did, but to tell you the truth, I was surprised to hear from him. I thought he'd probably still be crying in some cave off in the mountains, just because his boyfriend died.
It is a pretty sad thing.
I mean, it's been like 200 years. Get over it.
Fuck.
Thank you. Exactly. His lifetime is measured, or his boyfriend, his lover's lifetime is measured in the blink of an eye for us. What does it matter if he died in 2 blinks or 3?
I feel like I woke up in the middle of like the weirdest shitstorm humanly possible.
Don't worry, Runa.
We were kind of
Always be
delaying until
weirder.
you woke up.
This isn't weird. This is normal.
This is
I mean,
weird. This is normal for the weird sea, because everything's weird here.
Fuck.
you've been out here for far too long, haven't you?
You best start believing in weirdness, laddie. You're in one. I'm gonna go die now, thank you.
I'll have you know that I've sailed all of these coasts. From south of Parzula, past Kathstadt, even spent some time in the Ile de Royhan. All the way to Pross and Weitdorf. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Shut up! Stop!
Attack
Stop right
ships
now!
on fire off the shoulder of Orion.
God damn it, no!
I watched sea beams glitter
No!
in the dark of the Tannhauser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time,
Wait.
like tears in Mana Storm.
I'm so
Fucking
sad.
walked into that one.
I'm
So
kicking
sad.
Colin. I
Does,
hate you
does
right
Nick
now.
have a jar of dirt for where he was sired? That would-
So
Captain Burness releases a dove.
Fantastic.
I just keep him around.
like the Bowery King.
So, okay. Bernesh, I know you were trying to like fake magic trick me back there because you're a bullshitter. Do you have like a hook hand since you're a fucking pirate or something?
He looks at you and says, "Yeah, I guess so. Only if you prove yourself worthy of my crew, however."
Oh god.
From your bed.
Yep. Just gonna lay here and die.
He looks at you, eyes narrowed, he says, "If you wish to sail with me, you must answer these riddles. One, just one."
So I'm sorry. So is it riddles plural or riddles singular?
Shut up.
Really hope Barnett
He makes a good
not
point.
both
Shut up.
references.
Riddles 1. What?
I like how we just went through the most like shitstorm game ever, and then I wake up and this fucking guy's giving me riddles on
What?
my bedside.
Is a pirate's favorite letter?
R?
There's a couple.
No,
there's-
Yeah, you think it be R, but
No.
his first love be the sea.
Wrong. Wrong again. It's P. It's an R with a leg missing.
It's
Oh,
I.
that's good.
He sort of shakes his head sadly. You're all wrong. A pirate's favorite letter is 69 because my boys can't read. Ha 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 ha! And he just sort of looks at you like, eh?
Shit.
No, for certain kinds of pirates, their favorite letter is D.
That's right.
They be giving each other the clap out at sea.
I'm afraid my boys can't read very well. That was a bit of a trick question.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't have any hands, so I can't tie myself a noose.
Well, I can do that for you. If you want, I can kill you and put you out your misery. Poor gimped wizard that can't cast a spell. Perhaps ending it would be a kindness to you.
I just look around at everybody and I'm like, are we sure?
Is this
we wanna
normal?
help
What is going
anyone?
on?
This
I'll look at
guy?
Arena and say we made a mistake. We should not have come here.
Nobody can navigate the weird sea like he does, though. Now, meanwhile on the dock, cool. You're still communing with the actual, or trying to commune with the Mantis Queen. Trying to do the... Wait, were you trying to do divination again?
No, I'm just trying to pray, but I'm going to use the other feature of my weapon that allows me to either choose, or when I choose to do it, I either get evens for a 20 or odds for a 1.
All right, let's see if it's evens or odds. Roll a religion check. And
Which is
I guess
why
the
I
only thing
wanted
that
to-
matters is if it's even or odd.
Well, yeah, which is why I was wanting advantage. From
I mean,
the
did you
help.
announce what you were going to go do?
I mean,
No.
he's. I
Okay.
don't think he's really talked to anyone, but he's.
Nope,
thinking about
I just grabbed Karak and pulled him to the side.
It's not Ant-Man taking that retard.
it. My name is.
Come back here.
My name is Duck. I like elevators. Hey, got the even.
Base. So it's a crit. With a +0 because my religion is a +0.
Based +0.
You see.
Is it a bluish green tapestry with
It is
a dirt
no.
wall?
It is a. It is a bluish green tapestry
It's a bliss.
with what appears to be a. It is an island that's made of gold. Beautiful thread embroidered. And you can see there is not a turtle head. You don't see any sort of kraken sort of reaching up around it.
Tommy,
You can see that it is just what appears to be an island in a beautiful sea of gold. However, you can see there is what appears to be a symbol strange to you, and yet I think no, it would be strange. It would be strange to Alakul. Foreign on this island. There's something very sort of severe and tribal about it. Something that is, as you look at it, almost sort of you can hear sort of drums in your brain, sort of quiet thump, 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 thump. But that is all you see.
Do I know what the symbol like looks like? Like basically enough to describe to someone else.
Yeah. It did look almost like a shell. It looked like a shell.
Like
I think you should ask Karakwa.
like a clam shell, like a
I think you should shut the fuck up.
beach shell, turtle shell.
You're not there, Connor.
But
Conch
there is,
shell,
Ghost in the shell.
there is,
Everyone ignore Connor.
gas station.
it comes to me that I need to talk to Beaver real fast.
Oh,
Yay.
Uh-oh, Beaver about to play 3 characters, guys.
Beaver time.
Oh,
Beaver
just
time.
wait. Just wait till I get 4.
Ah, the return of.
All right,
Gus.
go to
Okay, it was Gus. I
go to
couldn't
Klaus and
remember.
Bruce, whatever. All right.
Alright, I literally don't remember a whole lot about his fucking storyline.
So, well, that's because I got you gave me a lot to go on with that. But I do
Fucking too much.
what happened with Gus is there was basically the drums that he heard were the same drums that Gus heard when viewing the carving of the dragon turtle and the kraken way back in the day. And
Yeah, back with that relief carving when we fought
yes, and
the shark.
the symbol he saw is the shell that you have, basically. Gus's shell that.
Yeah, I remember the jade turtle shell.
Yes.
That was like some I can't remember if it was like a symbol of a house or like if it was cursed or what.
Yes, the one that his magic was kind of tied to. And the island he saw was Tidewater Hollow, the island that you Gus received in the Kalam vision way back in the day. That is where Gus is, essentially. He's managed to return to his native tribe.
Okay.
Gus is the son of a chieftain.
Yeah.
Yes. And that his father sort of rules over that particular island, which is a large and fairly powerful island. He, as well as many of the people of the Weird Sea, they worship the dragon turtle, essentially. The dragon turtle is the embodiment of the good things in the world, you know, compassion, sacrifice, you know, what any sort of good thing, is what the dragon turtle stands for. The Kraken is the bad thing, so it's like a good god and a bad god, but they're actually on the material plane, and they inhabit the Weird Sea. And they're constantly butting heads and being reborn. It's important to realize, and this is known within the actual mythology of, or within the people of the Weird Sea, is that...
So, like, Gus would know this as, like, part of his religion.
Yes.
Okay.
If the dragon whenever the dragon turtle dies, which does happen, it becomes an island. Basically, every island in the Weird Sea was created off the back of a dragon turtle that died and was reborn. That's every island in the Weird Sea.
Okay, that's fucking cool.
Basically, it almost like it's like a phoenix. It arises from a new turtle egg, essentially, but it leaves behind a husk, and every island is like a husk of that dragon turtle. And it's realistically it's kind of the same for the Kraken, but instead of being islands up above sort of land, above the water,
caves?
they're underwater sort of canyons and trenches. And whenever the Kraken dies, its egg settles down to the bottom, and it creates these sort of canyons and trenches and things like that the worshippers of the Kraken, Sewagin and the like, basically worship. And there's this constant back and forth, essentially. And it's not that the people don't intervene because it is a natural order. They do what they can to help the dragon turtle, because when the dragon turtle is fruitful and alive, things are good for the people on the Weird Sea. It's sunshine, it's, you know, verdant fields, it is good crops because you still grow things, and whenever it's a balance, and whenever the balance is tipped for the dragon turtle, it's good. When it's tipped for the Kraken, it's bad. You get storms, you get bad crops, you get like rotting of the crops and things like that. And while it's always going to happen that the Kraken is going to sometimes be at power, the dragon turtle is going to sometimes be at power, they always strive to make sure that good is in power as long as possible. Currently, the dragon turtle has been alive for a long time. He is old, and he has been aided in his current endeavors. He has a powerful protector and demigod, a woman clad in green, lives on his back. Not only protects him, also protects the egg that he is going to be reborn in.
Nice. So we're gonna meet the Green Lady on the island.
Yes, she, like I said,
Fuck yeah, dude.
from long ago, from that carving, long time ago, the Green Lady is a demigod that helps the dragon turtle. Sokola is a demigod that kind of helped the Kraken. However, he actually lost his fight with the Green Lady and got banished. But that is sort of...
Yeah, Sokola was the shark, wasn't it?
Yes, and he got banished
Yeah,
to that
I'm
realm.
remembering the. I think I'm remembering the relief now. It was like the Green Lady holding up a shell, and inside the shell was a turtle, and then the fucking Kraken had a shark in some fashion, and they were basically shooting each other with red and green.
But that
Like,
is what has
stuff.
happened to Gus, and Gus returned. He actually ended up sailing with Burnesh, having proven himself by bringing him a very, very nice piece of treasure for his treasure hoard after he defeated those sort of terrible crabs. Not like the sexual thing, but him and Henley sort of left to do those crabs. And Henley went on his way, and you went to the Weird Sea. You actually... You were quick to find that Burnesh recognized that symbol on the shell. And in order to accept you on your crew, you had to hand over the shell.
The crab shell or the turtle shell?
The turtle shell, your symbol.
Oh, okay.
But that being said, within the heart of the Weird Sea, you didn't need it anymore.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really didn't mean anything to you at that point. It was
Oh,
an
that's right.
heirloom.
I forgot. It was like a beacon or something like that. I
Yes,
remember
it
doing
was a
something with
piece of it was a
caves.
piece of the Weird Sea that allowed you to maintain your magic. Now,
That's right.
in the Weird Sea, you didn't need it anymore. It had sentimental value, but it
Right.
was not necessary for you to function. And so he took it on and added it to his hoard, essentially. And you sailed with him, and that's and sailing the sea, the Weird Sea. That's where you sort of ran into your father. You found out about your history. You found out that you had been essentially kidnapped, basically.
Yep.
But you had returned home. You were welcomed. Your father was, and he started grooming you to be the next chieftain of Tidewater Hollow. And that's sort of where you are currently, is being sort of groomed and sort of trying to commune with Dragon Turtle, because one of the important things that has to happen with a chieftain of Tidewater Hollow is they have to be able to commune with the Dragon Turtle. And that it does not merely entail talking to it. It is so much more than that. The first thing that you have to, one of the first things that you have to do that is fairly difficult is that you have to be able to hold your breath and swim under it from its mouth to its tail. That
Ooh.
is a long way.
That's a long. Jesus Christ.
This
I
is-
hope he's moving forward while that's happening.
This is no ordinary dragon turtle that's a huge creature. This is an island that is technically...
Yeah, this
couple
is
miles
living
long.
terrain. Yeah, this is living terrain.
After that, you have to climb up from the tail, brave the wilds of the forest that sit on its back, to find the Temple of the Egg. And beneath the stalwart... or not the stalwart, that's the wrong word. Beneath the serene watchfulness of the sleeping lady, you have to kneel before it. And if the dragon turtle accepts you, you'll be allowed to leave. If not, he will sink below the waves and drown you for being unworthy.
Jesus Christ, I love it.
But that was Gus's story.
What's his sister doing? I remember he had like a twin sister oracle thing.
She's I didn't go into specifics for her. She's what you would expect. She's acting as an oracle. I don't know her name either. I don't know if you gave me a name. I'm looking through the things. I don't remember.
I know,
Wait,
I
you
don't remember it
gave
either.
I think you gave me family names, but it's in Discord, like way forever fucking away.
Oh yeah.
I just remember I do have your name, Tangarua Nekalu. That's kind of where you are. That's kind of what happened to Gus. That was his whole story. I mean, beyond that story, he was supposed to realize that he's not just a protector of the Weird Sea, but a protector of this world, etc., and to help out, and his crown would be raiding when he got back. That was Gus's planned story, but now with your Bruce.
Bruce is more just filler for Klaus, honestly.
Yeah, I think everybody really likes Klaus.
I mean, honestly, Klaus has been like the most receptive character that I've played so far. So yeah,
However,
I do enjoy him.
Bruce's backstory will come in later whenever you actually get to the Four Elements Monastery. You might want to send it to me again in case I forgot it.
I don't think I really gave you much.
I would say type
like,
it up
at all.
I would say if you have all the specifics, just type it up and send it to me again, because I know where it is and I have some of it remembered, but I don't have it written down. I do. It's funny because I have all of Gus's shit written down.
I think all of Bruce's shit is actually in that little block of text from February 20th, that fucking picture of the mountain.
All right. Okay, but that's what's happened with Gus. Like I said,
Sweet.
and that's why I need to clarify, because whenever Alec Cool describes that shell, that sort of jade shell that he saw,
Mhm.
it's definitely gonna send some oh yeah, like especially
yeah.
Henley will recognize that shell because he spent so much time with Gus.
I mean, honestly, as soon as I heard Shell, I was like, God, I know what it is.
Yes, it's Henley. I mean, Gus is the portal to the dragon turtle, essentially, and your family are powerful, like priests and clerics, essentially, and the like. But they can point you in the correct direction, because even Captain Burnesh can't find the dragon turtle. He can navigate to Tidewater Hollow. He can navigate to any island he wants to, but he can't get to the dragon turtle because the dragon turtle moves. But I thought that was cool that, or a cool idea that there's a constant rebirth, and when the dragon turtle dies, he leaves basically the islands of the weird sea.
Yeah, no,
on
that's
his shell.
that's dope shit right there.
I have good ideas.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like, I have good ideas that until all
Dude,
my
not-
ideas are used.
Not gonna lie, dude. Like, I can't wait for Pathfinder because I've actually been putting a lot of goddamn work into this fucking character.
But that's it. I just need to make sure,
Yep.
double check the stuff and double check the shell, because I forgot it was a jade turtle shell. I just remembered it was a shell.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while. I want to say, fuck, when did I switch to Klaus? That was back in Cruz.
A long time ago. It's been a long time. I had Gus as a level 5 arcane archer, and you're.
Yeah, no, I was level 5 when we left. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Cruz.
It was a long time ago. But okay, that's just what I need to know. We can
Yep.
go back.
Alright.
Like a metal.
Please don't
ring.
push
All right,
me right
shut
over
the
here.
narrow your reading.
Fuck up!
Oh, hey.
Why the
Mine-
fuck, Rick? What are you wearing? You're wearing the
They
mesh
wanted to see
shirt.
my-
You're wearing the mesh shirt.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
wanted to
you
see
won't-
my
you
feet, and
won't
I
show
wouldn't
us
do
his
it, so I
feet.
put on the mesh shirt instead.
The one that made your
Alright.
your boss question his sexuality.
I told him that that everyone at work should wear a mesh shirt from now on with the logo on it, and he said no, because only the new guy would look good in it.
Damn.
Is that you? Are you the new guy?
No. His name's Eric, though. It's close enough.
I
I just-
mean,
Look,
now,
Rick
I
look.
would he look
no,
good in it?
Rick looks
That's
like
the
he's
important question.
Rick looks like he's ready to go
he-
out on the town.
He's a 6'2" cowboy, Beaver.
Sick.
Oh, fuck yeah, he'd look good in it.
I'm sorry.
All right,
A
I
legitimate
got-
cowboy?
I got the.
No.
I had to.
That's what he calls him.
I had to extract some important stuff from
Is he
Beaver,
new boot
so
goofing?
He wears cowboy
Owen?
boots to work.
I had to.
Owen, did you extract
Are
semen
they
from
I had,
Diamondback
yeah,
snakeskin?
I had to extract some important stuff
Oh.
from
Are they
Beaver.
so fresh the rattle's still
I also had to
shaking?
remind myself about some stuff, but I
don't
just
have
had
so
to
many
double
boards.
check some things, so I could confirm that the shell that you saw Alec Cool saw on the back was a jade turtle shell.
Rick, why are there 3 doors on one wall in your room?
The exit, and then I have 2 closets. Connie,
God.
fit in my fucking room!
I don't remember any details.
I've spent at least 2 hours in Rick's closet.
2 closets for extra gayness.
You counted?
It's true. I can come out twice.
Do you organize the closets? Like, is there stuff that goes in closet A that won't ever go in closet B?
One's for dirty clothes and one's for clean clothes.
Good
So,
shit.
one
Good
of-
shit.
One of them's got a toilet, so I can go in there and shit out condoms. Shit out used condoms.
What is wrong with you?
Shut
Colin,
up.
are you okay?
Shut up, Cody.
Why wouldn't you make
Cody!
more animals out of them?
Cody, shut up. Your intelligence is 1.
Just like real life.
Yeah, whose
All right.
fault is that, Cody?
That's what you saw.
Nine.
That's what you saw, Alec. I've confirmed everything with Beaver and told him what he needs to know.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But you saw that shell, but that doesn't mean anything to Alec Cool, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
However,
It might mean something to Ito.
if describing if you go and you describe it, it means the most to Henley. Henley spent time with Gus,
I forgot about that.
monster
So did
hunting,
Ito. So did
hunting
Ito.
crabs. Yeah, but
Not
you didn't.
Solo.
Ito did not spend as much time with Gus as Henley did.
That's true. I gotta go use the bathroom.
The description of the shell, Henley, is clearly one of the symbol that Gus wore around his neck. It was a token of his home in the Weird Sea. Way, way, way back in the day, beyond where anybody remembers, there was a vision that Gus had, and a name that popped into his head, Tidewater Hollow. Basically a large island that had a beautiful sort of offshore reef that created like this really nice like lagoon area, essentially this sort of calm area where people were able to fish and things like that. And after you left Gus, whenever you parted your separate ways, whenever Henley went to like go on his hunting and Gus went to the Weird Sea after hunting those crabs, he was seeking Tidewater Hollow. That was his hope, was to find. But after that, you never heard from him.
Did he ever give me a idea of where it would be?
You knew it was in the Weird Sea.
That's it? Like he didn't give me like a direction or a landmark it was near or anything like that?
Nope. You just knew it was in the Weird Sea. He just
Well,
knew it
if
was in the
we-
Weird Sea.
If we wait for Ito to take a long rest, he can use sending because he knows Gus.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you guys that.
Ito's not here. So,
Well, I know the direction we were looking in, right? So wouldn't I know it was north of us, probably?
The problem with the Weird Sea is that nothing is a correct direction.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that.
Nothing is completely like it's west. I'm just gonna go west. Nothing
north.
works like that in the Weird Sea.
North is west.
Man, I would love to cast Scrying. I can't cast some of the bits of the spells that involve wiggling my phalanges that I don't have.
That's sort of the problem with the Weird Sea. It's difficult. That's what makes it so difficult to navigate. Essentially, that's why only people like Burnesh can really do it, because he's spent multiple lifetimes learning how to do it. Essentially.
Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing Gus again. I assume he's my buddy at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
I told Gus some stuff. I told Beaver some stuff that blew his mind, and that blew his mind. I mean, he said that's pretty interesting.
Neat.
we know. Well, I asked Rick about the symbol. Rick informed everyone else that that is indeed the symbol of Gus's home.
Yes.
No, I don't think it's his home. It's where he was looking for, wasn't it?
No, that turtle shell is the symbol of his home.
Didn't he have a necklace?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the jade turtle shell.
jade
that
turtle
I
shell.
thought.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
So-
thought you meant he was looking for that place he didn't find.
It's like the
before.
only thing about Gus that I remember is he had a jade
So,
turtle necklace.
I need you
Oh, and your camera's
when
off.
you
Turn
get
your camera on.
when you get a chance, please cast sending on Gus and ask him where the fuck
I
he is.
gotta
Rest.
sleep.
I
Yeah,
know.
I gotta rest.
I fucking just deck Ito. Go to fucking
Oh.
sleep.
Carl, I got what you're telling me now. The symbol was on Gus, but he was looking for that place. Okay.
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
He was
yeah, yeah.
looking for
Okay.
Tidewater Hollow. Yes.
All right.
I
So
gotta
that
take
okay.
Ziggy.
I
I'll be right
misunderstood how that was going down.
Alright, Colin, I have a question for you.
Yep.
If Ito sticks his arms under my armpits, and does the hand gestures for spells, and I do the rest.
Yes!
I cast them.
Yes!
I will let you make an Arcana check with disadvantage.
It was a
How do you
complete
do
joke.
disadvantage
I'm surprised I got
twice?
that much.
What
don't-
is this, the Venture Bros?
Yes,
No, it's whose line is it anyway?
that's true.
You guys are gonna Mecha
That works,
Shiva
too.
cast Sending?
Disadvantage twice means the DC gets raised pretty significantly.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm kidding.
Shit, I'm not. Don't you fucking take that yes and do nothing with it?
Yeah, dude,
And if
Mecha
you-
Shiva.
Have you ever asked how I'm feeling, Ito? You son of a bitch! I slap him with the wood hand again, and he's like, "That's the third time today," and he has splinters in his eyes.
Aruna, at this point, we're
He's
just
starting to like it.
kind of
Okay.
shocked that you're still alive.
Wait, am I alive?
Are any of us really?
I thought I was in hell.
No, not yet. We've got to wait for Venta to snap and start stabbing people.
Shit.
I
Good way
did
to
threaten
go.
a man with damnation last session.
It's true.
Yeah,
Just
fuck that guy.
fucking Max walking up to random TSA security airport passengers. Hey, do you want to go to hell? Keep talking.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty much how it went.
okay. I will go to sleep, I suppose.
I mean, you
Are we
rea-
on? We're on the. I'm
You're on the
sorry,
boat.
it's the Iron
Horde.
Trove. I think
Iron
is what you
Trove,
said.
yes.
I know we're not members of the crew. Are
But
there
he
open
has-
cabins? Do we
Yeah,
have to
no,
go
he
back
is-
to the land?
No, he has welcomed you to rest on his ship, but you're not part of his crew.
That's fair.
He will not depart
would-
with you on the boat.
I'm not as exhausted as the other two, but I would most likely see if I could help aboard the boat any way I could, since I got my 22 with the intelligence check before I go to sleep.
I mean, you know how to tie knots, that sort of
I
thing.
can
but
I
for
can
the most
tie
part,
knots.
the ship is.
Nuts.
You help swab the deck some, but for the most part, it's pretty damn straightforward.
I will assist any way I can.
You do have quite a few grateful sailors, having sped up their work, as they say, happily say, "Sooner we get done with this, the sooner we can go in town for a drink, right, brother?"
Colin, I'm gonna finish cleaning up the guest room.
More hands make less work. Pitter patter, let's
Thank
get
you.
at her.
Thank you so much, Ito. Every comment that involves hands or arms, I'm just gonna stare at people.
And you can see several of them have already sort of gone into town to have a drink, essentially. And you actually see, after they sort of go down, you hear them sort of saying, "Let's go have a drink, lads." You can see Adelaide almost sort of turns and says, "Drink? I think I might join you fellows."
Oh man.
I take it she's still pissed.
She's still not happy.
Cool.
Alright.
I hear Cody in the background.
I know, right?
I would
I hope we don't hear him say the N-word by accident.
I
True.
would
Oh no, then we'll get demonetized.
I know, right?
I
My
would-
monetization with one or two views per video.
Yeah, baby.
the 1 or 2 views are Colin.
Probably. Me double checking it. Nobody watches this shit. Cause it sucks. We suck. You suck,
Do
Connor.
you actually post it still?
Yeah, I still post all the things.
I use it as background noise sometimes.
But I mean, sometimes the story is good. We just suck.
Colin, you're a fantastic DM. Shut up.
You are.
All right, but Adelaide's gonna go have drinks with the crew. And as you, like I said, many hands make short work. With your help, they get done pretty early. Even though you arrived after all the shit went down, fairly. I mean, you realistically probably would have arrived pretty late in the day.
Can I ask how close the Iron Trove is to land to the mainland? Is it like in a docking space, you said? or
Yes,
is it-
yes.
Okay.
You were
okay.
surprised because it actually was able to lift itself up out the water as if by magic to avoid like going up on shore. Because it should sit too low in the ground. It should have run aground, but there's some sort of magic that lifts it up as it approached the actual dock. So it's not just being held aloft by buoyancy; it's also being held aloft by magic, which is
And
understandable.
You
You
said
saw
it's like it's floating on top of the shore.
It's not on
I'm
the
sorry.
shore, but because it would be so shallow here, it should not be able to get here because it would be too shallow. It would run aground. But
Got it. Okay,
it is
okay,
lifting
I'm tracking.
itself up.
It's,
Which it's understandable.
Its center line. Its center line for the boat is higher than it should be. Okay,
Yes,
I understand.
it sits higher in the water than it should because of magic, but which is understandable because you saw he was able to freely capsize the boat if he
The
wanted to.
whole boat is metal.
Not entirely. It is a
Okay,
mixture of
okay.
metal, bronze, and wood.
Okay, cool.
Damn.
I'm gonna I'll help. With random chores.
And I will say it is a huge boat too.
Okay.
This is a boat that's roughly just by your closest estimates, maybe 200 feet to 250 feet long.
Do Gen, Klaus, or Amelia respond? Because they all are allowed a response.
Amelia does not.
Okay.
Klaus, I will leave up to Beaver. Gen
I don't
merely.
even know what you sent him.
I let Klaus know that I gave Tide Mother and Bismarck the false information of Gehenthermaz, flanking them going back towards the rear.
My God.
Oh, good, you pissed her off.
Gen also would probably not acknowledge that. Well, he would acknowledge that he received it, but he wouldn't give anything beyond that.
Sure.
If that means anything, he doesn't know if
I
that's
did
gonna...
also inform him that they are actively hunting him specifically.
If that means anything, he doesn't respond beyond that. That he
Sure.
got it. It's the type of thing he'd have to wait and see and think about and see how that affects things, essentially.
Okay.
Hey, Colin, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
So on Find Familiar, it says as an action I can dismiss and summon my familiar. Am I still able to do that, even though the spell specifically dictates verbal, somatic, and material components?
I would
Since
say...
it's just an action, is it just like a mind thing? Because it does not specify.
Find familiar. It's hard to say.
Yeah,
I
it is.
remember that picture from I think 3rd edition that had that monk with like the 6 arcane limbs around him.
Yeah, right.
That's such a cool picture.
Yeah, I was just curious because.
I feel like I'm gonna let you do it.
Okay.
I'll let you be able to bring it back and forth without having to without having to use the somatic or the material components, unless it dies for some reason. Then you would have to resummon it,
Sweet.
obviously.
Okay. Bart can get me snacks and drinks because I'm pitiful.
But
Tommy, I would just help you. I'm already there helping.
I will say
You don't have to. I'm just offering.
I know.
but that's all. Like I said, you don't get anything from Amelia at all. She understandable. She's probably busy. Well, you might get like, oh, I love you, blah 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 blah, but nothing wildly important.
What people who love their spouse say.
Nothing
I
from
love you, blah, 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 blah.
nothing from Gen except for acknowledgement that he got the message, because that doesn't really mean anything until he has the chance to see it. Probably not much from Klaus either. Oh, okay.
Bought me just a little bit more time, but hey, she's pissed off in the process. We'll see.
It's because Klaus is German. Can't trust him.
Now,
That is true.
as
Yeah, it's not like I'm
Germany-
gonna invent Poland or anything.
He's German? I thought he was gay.
yeah, that's
That's true. You can't be both.
I mean,
Can't be both.
Bavarian, gay, there's not much of a difference.
you know what?
Bavarian.
You know what, Rick? Klaus is healing Gen's heart through
And his prostate.
through necromancy and genocide.
Oh, you're telling us he's raising again.
Yeah, he's
Raising his dick.
I'll
Razor.
say. All right, but
What a
that
bad
after like
Cody died.
Ito, after you've had the opportunity, I will say, Cody, if you want to make a secondary character, you are welcome to. While Karakwa is
Sure.
Nah, commit to the bit.
Is-
Commit
is-
to the bit.
I could play one of your NPCs that you have, or something, or I could just make an entirely different one, whichever one you would.
If you have
Whichever-
basically this is an opportunity, if you have a character you ever wanted to test it or try out, or you can try to play Karakwa as one
don't
tunks
honestly
and one
know.
charisma.
I don't know how to play room temperature Karakwa.
But-
That's a tough idea.
But the thing is, I don't know how long it'll be exactly till we get to the point where Karakwa can be fixed, because we have to go to we have to hit certain milestones, and I don't want you to have to just be like, because I also made Tommy has also made Tommy has also made another character.
Oh, he's already made one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Colin just waited until now to tell you.
Well,
No, it's okay. I understand.
because I talked to Tommy a lot more than I talked to Cody. Because
Tommy's way more of a better person to talk to.
Tommy sits in chat like every day at 8 o'clock in the morning after I get off work.
Yeah, I work, so I can't do that. So.
But if you want to, if not, you can play Karakwa. But
Ooh, maybe what I can do at work, like when I'm doing 3rd grade math, I could just be sitting here on Discord. Yeah.
Now,
yeah. Oh yeah, he's super retarded.
if you do want to play Karakwa, I will do some things that will help you out to make him not just be completely stupid. He will get bonuses to his. He'll almost become a little bit like a barbarian with his claws and bite.
Fighter.
He'll be like a shitty fighter.
Great, that's what I've always wanted.
I hate you.
I
Because
could teach him to be a barbarian.
the way that it will work is if you want to play Karakwa, you are going to get bonuses to your bite and claw attacks, like fire damages bonuses, because your fire totem is still working.
I thought you were giving me retard strength.
Like he basically is. As he goes a little bit barbarian.
I'm going goblin mode on these motherfuckers.
You know, if any one of us ever commits a hate crime and these recordings become evidence, we're all fucked.
Connor, the only hate crime to this world is your dumb teeth, you dumb son of a bitch.
It's true.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But that's if you want to play as Karakwa. If not, if you have, like, I would like to try this build. Any build in the world.
I was kind of enjoying the idea of us trying to get Karakwa to not, because we don't know what that spell is, right?
Sure.
Arunamite, but...
Arunamite.
Aruna's a little, she's got a lot of stuff on her hands
Aruna's
right
not
now.
stupid. She just is missing her arms. But I see what you did there.
That's true. I just get so frustrated with Karakwa, I just kick him in the face, and he doesn't understand why and starts crying, and then I feel real bad.
You just kicked the puppy, dude.
Joke's on you.
Not even a puppy. I think a puppy has a higher int than one.
Probably.
He's basically a lizard fetus.
Oh, what's your fetus?
Oh, but alright.
Sorry,
But the
that was
point
a
is...
body around. If I do make a character, it'd probably just be something like a really simple one-off thing. So let me look around. Let me look. At
like I said, it could just be a crew on the Iron Trove. A crew member on the Iron Trove. You could be a
Yeah,
pirate.
I was thinking that too. I was thinking that. So.
Or a refugee. There are still refugees that, like, they're not all like completely incompetent. Although it was like you would be like technically a level X refugee, which is higher than they technically are, but for gameplay purposes, you would be basically level.
You're a level 1 commoner with no special skills.
But the point is, you have the opportunity after, you sort of settle down for the first time in a while to just kind of relax and have a moment to have a drink. The town itself, like I said, Weitdorf is basically unaffected. It's warm. There's a lot of refugees that have come in, but they're not under threat of any kind of attack. You don't know, like I said, if that's because they haven't gotten here, or because there's just, like I said, you know that there's weird protective magics around Weitdorf and the Weird Sea.
Cody, I know the GIF that you were emulating when you did that, and I need you to know that you were an 11 out of 10 for accuracy.
This is my chance to play Half-Orc Cleric of the Tempest, an actual pirate!
Like, if you want to, you can.
No,
You can play...
He's never gonna play Karakwa again!
You failed! You failed in my trap!
He's waited for years!
And it seems like the most populated, the busiest tavern in the entirety of Vitorf is easy to find because it has what appears you can see before the day they start stacking up palm fronds by the entrances, and then they set them alight as soon as it hits dark. And there's sort of this light from these burning fronds that sort of light up the nearby area. You can see they've managed to, not with fronds, but with what appears to be some sort of magical fire, spell out the name of the tavern called the Flaming Frond. As you can see, this is the most populated place. It is by far the most boisterous, the loudest. You can hear raucous laughter, and as you approach, you can actually see they haven't even bothered putting glass in the windows because someone immediately just gets thrown out of one of these windows. It's filled with pirates, with sailors, with refugees, with all sorts. And you can see why it's sort of gotten this name, the Flaming Frond, because not just does it have these sort of accoutrements of the Flaming Frond around him, they serve a very specialized drink that is made from what appears to be some sort of fermented pine tree sap.
It's just pine salt.
High enough alcohol content that they are able to light it on fire. That is by far the most popular drink, as Burnesh has also gone here saying, I've had a couple of more. I've had more than one fine fucking frond drinks. You might do yourself a favor and have one yourself. Drink could do you some good. And Adelaide's already there drinking, as she has had a little bit to drink, but she's not. Well, I guess I'll roll a Constitution check. She's fine. She's a little bit tipsy, but she's fine. As you can see, she's gathered a rather large group of people around here. As you hear her say, I don't know what's so weird about the Weird Sea. It's probably not any weirder than anyone else, as people try to sort of correct her, like, no, it's weird. There's all sorts of strange things that happen out there.
I'm a big fan of the Weird Sea just being completely normal.
And
it's all a ruse.
No, let me tell you about some of the weird things that happen on the Weird Sea. And she's got a group around her as she's sort of talking to them.
Before I turn in for the
Karakwa
night,
sees the flash of Gershwin's corpse if she were there talking.
Jesus.
Do I see any particularly sketchy or shady looking individuals?
You see a ton of, you don't even have to roll, you see a ton of sketchy and shady individuals there.
Okay.
They're fucking pirates!
No, I know, but do I see anybody who looks like they're actively in business?
Roll an insight check.
13.
Not really. No. Like I said, you're just going and have some drinks with Captain Burnesh, and you're able to talk and.
Actually, random thought. I have a wisdom of 8. I don't think Ito would understand to go about that. I'm gonna walk up to the bartender and ask him where I can find some kalam. Because I am not a wise individual.
Boy, I'm not gonna lie, that is the correct response, technically.
Ito ain't smart. He's not gonna know to go
not
look
being
for
wise
a shady
about
drug
that is smart, because as soon as you mention Kalam, several people get silent. And there is the bartender's face previously, just a wide, jovial grin across the fat red face sort of falls slightly, and he says, "You're not gonna fucking get that here."
Excuse me. I was told explicitly not only that I could get it here, but that I would get it here.
You're not getting it here, and I think you should probably walk away from the bar before some of the locals do something to you. That's not a fucking simple drink, lad. That's not something you treat lightly. That is a drink That is...
Is that Captain Bernesh talking?
No. This is
That's
the bartender. That's not something
Same voice, sorry.
We don't talk about that here. You need to go. And if you want to know more, you can go to Captain Bernesh and talk to him, but he doesn't... Not only does he not seem interested, he refuses to even serve you at that point.
Damn.
Point me in the direction of where I can find it, and I will happily leave in that direction.
He points towards the door.
You know what? I walked into that one. Thank you for your time. I will leave.
You don't
I
want
will-
that out.
I will pay him for the drink that I didn't buy.
Your money's not good here.
I'm walking away from it and I'll leave it on the bar.
I'll roll a perception check.
20.
He,
Non-natural.
you can see he looks at the money left on the bar and he hands it to just one of the random patrons.
Okay.
That was, I mean, like I said, low wisdom. Pursuing it was not wise.
Sure.
He was pretty upset whenever you started to bring up Kalam to him.
Was he upset that I mentioned it, or was he upset that it was me that was mentioned?
No, he was upset that it
was
mentioned
mentioned
at
at
all. Yeah.
Okay.
Bernesh sits with the rest of you. He offers you a round of drinks, and that's sort of whenever you get to discuss, what Alec Cool saw, probably. Whenever Henley's able to tell you about, it's basically what he saw. He saw Gus wearing it around his neck all the time. Also able to bring up, Tidewater Hollow, essentially, which is something Gus talked about.
I am taking my long rest on the boat then.
Probably a good idea. You would not be welcomed in the tavern this point.
Beer number 2. Beer number 4.
1, 2, 3. Beer number 5.
He's deep.
It is just, like I said, it is, other than that, a pretty quiet night. There's not a lot of fights that break out, although after you've been drinking for a little while, Adelaide sort of comes up and she sits down with you and she says, "Did you know there's an island in the Weird Sea where you can hunt people?"
We're not
I don't
doing
like
that.
how aroused she sounded when she said that.
Frog breath! Frog breath! As she points to one of the pirates who comes forth. He's one of the very gaunt, thin people that comes up, and he sort of sits down at the table and says, "That's right. Island on the Weird Sea where you can hunt people. I myself was on it for some time."
Sounds
That
like an island that needs a doctor.
Terrible.
He nods his head and says, "Oh yes. Frog breath. Run and hide. Many moons, many suns. Hunted he was, and caught he was. Caught and given a choice. Die or join crew." And then he points to Captain Bernesh. "And he caught me, and we've been friends ever since." As Captain Bernesh sort of laughs and says, "Ha ha ha ha! I would have killed him if he hadn't offered to join the crew." And you get the feeling he's not lying.
That's not a place where I want to go.
Are you sure? You can hunt people. You seem like, that is the most dangerous game, they say.
I'm already being hunted.
Well, perhaps you could learn a thing or two from him.
I don't think I can learn how to evade a god.
Captain Bernesh sort of looks at you and says, "That doesn't mean anything to me, but I suspect you're right. This one right here avoided me for nearly 4 days," as he wraps his arm around Frog Breath. "But I didn't kill him. That's the important thing, right? Anyways,
He has a heart.
Feel free to drink. Enjoy yourselves. Drinks are on me tonight. You've got a hole, at least a place to rest, but you're gonna have to prove yourself if you want to be part of my crew. And he gets up and he turns around, he leaves. But don't drink too much now. And he retires, he leaves. You pass the night quickly. Unless you want to do anything else in the town. And you wake up bright and early the next day aboard the Iron Trove, the cabins you were given.
I stand over Connor after I had had 4 hours of sleep, and I wait.
Christ.
I wait standing there 4 hours for him to wake up and catch the sending.
Fantastic.
Jesus
Wake up.
Christ.
Wake
Alright.
up.
But I'm
Wake up.
I'll let you. I will let you figure out what sending you want to cast. I have to go pee real fast. So. Cast send, but you do, like I said, you just wake up in the morning, basically.
Oh, yeah. Cody.
What? What?
I mentioned the character to call in once, and I didn't actually make one. I'm making it right now.
Oh
That's
no!
why I'm asking.
You lied.
I'm gonna be a cat person.
You already are a cat person.
Shit.
Sandra, hi.
So Cody, you're thinking the C class, huh?
What?
The secret class that has greater
Yes.
restoration.
Yes, I am.
Wink.
8. That's exactly the one I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Laura, come here.
Cody makes character. It's like, wow, I have greater restoration. Weird. Heals Karakwa.
That's what I was telling Juan, because I was like, I want to make kind of a knightly character to protect Aruna, but then I was like, wait, if I make a cleric, I'll just have greater restoration.
Which then means Karakwa can use a spell to give your fucking arm back, and it's just the problem.
Everything is solved.
It's like, all right, well, side characters can leave now.
Exit stage left.
Yes, Bert.
All right. Ito, when you wake up, you see a pair of
He's not listening.
God damn it, Connor, you dumb son of a bitch. Connor, I hope your fucking face gets face fucked by a black saxophonist.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Wow.
That didn't go anywhere.
Well, you know what? Relationships
I guess-
usually don't.
I guess Connor's never gonna dance again.
But no. Ito, you wake
Guilty
up with a
feet
pair of
got no rhythm.
you wake up with like a pair of compound eyes looking over you.
Like Alacool eyes.
Yeah.
I stand over you for 4 hours waiting for you to
Face
get your
punch.
rest.
Oh, I punch him immediately. Then I'm putting Holy Smite into it. Like it's no.
How do you invoke your god? God, for fuck!
Completely understandable.
Jesus Christ!
Why? Why?
Did he crit?
I mean, I'll roll.
Roll it, bitch.
I mean, I feel like you can because we're not in any sort of thing where hit points matters that much.
All right, well, I fucking smite him.
I mean, it's an unarmed attack, so it's strength plus proficiency.
Oh wait, I don't think you can. I don't think you can wholly.
I also
Smite
don't.
with
I
a-
don't. I
with a
don't think you
fist.
can either. But at the same time, I
Is it
kind of
a
like the
melee
thought.
attack?
I kind of like the idea that you.
It's a
Could-
melee weapon attack.
'Cause you're
and
not
unarmed
having a-
attacks are weird.
But technically you're not supposed to. But I kind of like the thought that you could. Like
Why
it'd be
can't
neat to
I-
have a.
Well,
'cause
Oh, I'm
mainly,
looking at features.
could-
That's why.
the problem is, I think it'd be cool if you had a fighter that was able to just hit people, or a paladin that was able to punch people and smite them.
yeah, couldn't you do that with like a monk? Since monk weapons are...
So if you look at unarmed strike, it is listed as a weapon. So yes, you could.
Yeah,
you
what they're
could
saying is yes, an unarmed strike is a weapon attack because the rule on unarmed strikes says they're weapon attacks.
but I think you should be able. I want you to be able to.
So that's an 18 for the first one.
I wish it was. I wish
And
it
a
was.
24 for the second one.
What the fuck is wrong?
Do
with
either of those
The
hit
other day.
Alakul?
The second one does.
Well, the second one's getting holy smited. Divine smited.
Jokes on you. You're burning your.
This is the first thing I see when I wake up.
You're
Yeah,
burning spell
I
slots
actually
on
stood
nothing.
over you for
You're-
4 hours
You're
waiting
getting,
for you to
you're
be
getting
done.
the whole thing.
The whole. What do you mean the whole thing? All
I-
of your spell slots?
Yeah. What is? Hang on. Divine.
Can't wait for Alakul to be dead to make my new.
It's not gonna be that bad.
Well, you can only. He can't spend all of his spell slots. He
Yeah,
can spend
it's
8
it's a
spell
limit
slots.
of 4th, I think.
Isn't Alakul undead, so he takes more radiant damage?
Oh, that's true.
No, that's technically no. That's not how the undead work.
Damn. I tried for you, but
So no, it's like he takes one extra 1d8, I think. Yeah, it's an extra 1d8 if he's undead or fiend. Is Alakul legally undead?
He is legally
Legally?
undead.
So okay, so up to a maximum of 5d8. So yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You take 26 damage.
Okay.
holy slap.
Why are we doing this?
Because if Alakul actually woke me up like that, I would react that way.
I mean, that would be terrifying.
Because Connor thinks it's better to spend spell slots on hitting Alec.
Punching an ally.
Yeah. I wish the Divine Smite like spell slot thing was integrated better.
Good morning. I really would have preferred you use your spell slot on the sending that I needed.
Why? No. Good. Is it morning? Why are
Yes.
you doing this?
I waited
Oh.
for you to cast the spell.
Okay, can I get like coffee first?
No.
Venta's there. He has his coffee cup. Here you
Oh
go.
my god, thank you.
Venta, why you gotta be a
Zenta, why did you let him do this? You
I didn't let him do anything.
could've,
He just
like-
walked in here. I can't tell him no.
Oh. And we're talking like Death Note demon guy, like he's
I mean, I
crouching
was
on
just
my
like-
chest.
No, I'm not
I was
crouching.
joking.
I'm just,
But,
I was just like leaning over your bed like this.
Why?
Alright, Venta does have coffee, and you would know that. If you want coffee, just go to me and
I
drink
would,
out
I
of
would
a cup.
accept coffee, thank you. Why do I? What am I? Who am I sending? Why?
Gus.
Too early.
Okay.
The fucking
Now this is a stupid question.
hired merc.
Colin,
Yeah.
since Gus knows his own name and we only know like Gus's name, would sending even work? Because you're sending
It's
it to
not
the
based on name. It's based on familiarity.
He does have to make an Arcana check to send it into the weird sea.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was because like, fucking, his name was wrong.
Why do you want? What are we talking? The merc that I hired that left.
Yeah,
Why?
because I was given a vision on how to fix Karakwa, and it involved that necklace that he apparently had.
The turtle.
Yes. The island that he is from.
Okay.
I need
will-
to know where to go.
I will
And he
kill
is
a
from there.
third level spell slot.
Roll an Arcana check.
Okay. Is that before or after the spell slot?
After the spell slot is cast no matter what,
Okay,
but sending it into the weird sea has a chance to fail.
17.
All right, it passes.
Okay. I haven't talked to him in like a year and a half.
And
I've
we're
talked
going
to him.
talk to him now.
Okay. I'm like, hey, Gustav. Hang on.
Gustav is my slave name.
Hang on. 25 words,
My
right?
fucking God.
No, white man gave me that.
Where he is and how to find his home are the important points.
Boy, are you gonna be so disappointed.
I mean,
Say that again, Nick.
where he is and where to find his island home.
Am I responding or am I waiting for Connor?
Hang on, I'm typing this out because I've had very liberal
Okay.
use of sending, so I'm trying. I got 4 more words. I've got, hey Gustav, this is Lord Sarasenio. I've been enlisted to find you and your
You
home to help save the
Word
home.
to say Lord Sarasenio instead of just saying Ito.
Yeah. I mean, Gustav knew him as Lord Sarasenio. He was his employer. I was gonna say, hey Gustav, this is your former employer contacting you about your last paycheck. We need to know where to mail that shit out to.
Calling about your extended
Your
warranty.
extended warranty. This is dealer services.
Sorry, this person that you've tried to cast sending to has blocked all unknown callers.
Gustav is the kind of guy that wouldn't answer an unknown call.
I mean, Connor,
Did
Anyway,
you
yeah,
mention
I'm
the
the
fact that Karakwa is
in.
injured?
I've
Or not
been-
injured, autistic.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Wow.
To help save Karakwa. So I've been listening to find you and your home to help save Karakwa. We are in White. Yeah, I'll say we are in Whitedorf. That's 4 words.
All right, maybe
So
I'll.
that's exactly 25. Hey Gustav, this is Lord Sarasenio. I've been enlisted to find you and your home to help save Karakwa. We are in Whitedorf. That's exactly 25. What you got, Gus?
Let's repeat,
Well, now
wow,
I'm
that's
gonna
dumb
type
and
up
gay for
25
25 words.
I mean, I don't need 25 words to say Connor's gay, but I mean,
Yeah, you just
I'll
say,
try.
wow, that's dumb and gay, over and over
Ito
for
goes
25
back
words.
to sleep.
You have to tell me the response, you actual piece of shit.
Colin, if they're doing this, I'm gonna
He
get up and
doesn't.
start doing ship work to help out.
Probably a wise choice. You can see, for the most part, they are, the crew of the Iron Trove are fairly experienced and steady-handed as they go about the ship, going about their daily duties, each one tying off ropes. You can see many of them climb up the mast with the sails, double-checking great sort of pieces of canvas, still a little bit damp from whenever it was thrust below the waterline. You can see at this point they actually, even though the boat is moored, they like lower the sails, but they don't sort of tie them to the ship, so they have the opportunity to sort of dry out. It's just kind of flutter in the wind. You can see it is a well-oiled machine, but you do find a place in it as your prodigious strength allows you to basically help move barrels to and fro. You find that, even though they've made a point of making it so, like, ships, like there are beds on the ceilings, almost everything is mirrored, things are still kind of tossed about whenever it capsizes, and it's sort of in that state. And, they take you to sort of lift some barrels, carry some crates around, move things, and you can see, the lowest level of the ship is under lock and key, essentially. If you even get close to the hatch that leads down to the lowest level, you see there's a half-dozen sailors that sort of say, whoa, 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 they can't go down there, that's Captain Burnesh's particular trove. Nothing down there for our likes. They sort of make sure you don't go near that part of it. But that's sort of what... Other than that, that's kind of what you experience, is you're lifting barrels and things like that, but they do not like the idea that you could even get close to that lowest level. That is the treasure hoard for Captain Burnesh. Now.
I avoid it.
Alright.
Got 4 more words, but I'm not sure if this.
Don't want to make any bad impressions.
No, I
All
do
right,
my best
I
to
got it.
learn.
Alright, so Gus is gonna say, hey, Lord Sarasonio, Captain Burnesh knows the way, kinda. Took my shell to get passage, so trade is needed. Don't follow compass, use the stars.
I missed the middle part. I heard Captain Bernesh, and then I heard don't use a compass. What was the middle part?
Captain Berdash kind of knows the way.
And took my shell to get passage, so trade is needed. Don't follow compass, use the stars.
Okay. Has anybody told Ito the name of this place? Because he
I
doesn't
don't-
know it.
I don't know the name of that place.
He said it was like Tidewater Home or something, right?
No, I
No,
know
he
that.
is
but
looking-
Ito
he
doesn't
is-
know that.
He is looking for Tidewater Hollow or something like that.
Well, I
He's
mean,
not
I would know the name, wouldn't I?
Probably. He probably talked about
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Anyway, so I will find Captain Bernesh, and I will give him these rudimentary instructions and say I'm told that we can find an old associate of mine, perhaps, in this location. He mentioned something about the stars and not trusting a compass.
I know Tidewater Hollow. It's not the type of place you go to wantonly or for fun. Certainly not selling my boat there, not for anything less than a good reason.
I need to go. His home is not called Tidewater Hollow. I need to go to his home island.
I mean, Gustav's home island is Tidewater Hollow.
I thought it was a
Mhm.
separate thing.
Nah.
You saw something different with with one. There were two different things that you saw. One was the Dragon Turtle
the,
Island.
the
one-
island and then the turtle.
Yes, the island. However, you didn't get a particular name. It could be Tidewater Hollow.
And I also have something that learning perhaps is a touchy subject around here. I don't know if perhaps you'd like to have a conversation in your quarters.
Well, it depends on what. Like, are we talking about syphilis? Because the boys here have known the Falimer tool.
Well, the reception at the bar was less than amazing when it was brought up.
Well, I mean, what was it?
I was instructed when I came here to seek out a substance
Okay.
that I ingested once before, but it was cut. It was not as potent, but I've been told that I need to, while I'm here, consume some kalam.
He almost sort of flinches at it and looks around at some of his crew members and says, "You don't say that word out loud whenever
You know, I
some of
warned
the
you.
natives can say it, hear it."
I warned you. We can speak in your quarters if you'd prefer.
He looks around. Roll a persuasion check.
Yeah, sure. That is a 21.
He sort of says, "Alright, I'll tell you about it, but in my quarters, just that sort of talking can get some of the natives on edge."
I understand. However, I believe the first point, finding this Tidewater Hollow, is perhaps more readily vital.
Tidewater Hollow I've been to before. I can find it.
Okay. But you won't go there.
Oh no. Not for anything but a damn good reason. That's in the heart of the Weird Sea. That's where they call it the Weird Sea for a reason, you understand, yes?
We're
It's where
starting
things
to
get
put that
really
together.
weird.
If you won't go there yourself without a good reason, but you know how to get there, how do we get you getting us there without you going there yourself? Can you teach us how to get there?
I can try to artificially elongate your life so you learn how to read the stars and the Weird Sea itself.
I have a feeling we need something a bit more readily available.
Well, I'm your go-to man, but I ain't gonna do it for anything simple. It better be a damn good reason.
The potential fate of the world?
Well, I
I've
ain't
already
gonna...
used that as a fucking bargaining chip, Connor. He does not care one fuck.
The world
about
you
the rest of
sail
the
in?
world.
There's a whole big world. I got
Yeah,
a lot
actually,
of places
here's
I
the
can
point.
go to.
Can you beat Bismarck in a fight? On his best day, I might add. His best day.
It
You've
would be
woken up late, you don't have your coffee, you're hungover from last night and you're real pissed off, and he's in the prime of his life.
He sort of looks at you and...
With ice armor.
On his best day. Oh, yeah, and he has friends, I might
He
add.
looks at you and says, if he were the lazy red dragon sitting beneath the volcano, then maybe.
Well, I've got news for you. He's mobile now, and he is not lazy.
I've never myself been much of a one-on-one fighter. Always preferred exploring over fighting.
Well, I have reason to believe that while you may be a conscientious objector to this conflict, he's not, and he's hunting for Gehenthermaz, and I have no reason to believe he's not going to hunt down Sol Sanctus or you once he's done.
Well, then that means I have reason to believe that I should not be staying here for very much longer.
I would agree with that. And I'm going to go ahead and let you know if we know where you are. I can promise you he will know soon.
Well, I'm not doing it for anyone that's not part of my crew. You want to help my help? You earn your place on my boat.
Sure.
And that's not gonna be an easy thing. Everybody contributes to the Iron Trove. Everybody. And so, I'll give you a task. And if you can do it, you'll prove yourself worthy to me. And by proving yourself worthy to me, and joining my crew, I'll try to get you to Tidewater Hollow, so that you can meet your friend.
What about the dragon turtle?
That's even beyond me, I'm afraid. But I'm not a native of this region. The Weird Sea. As much as I've sailed it, there are still things on it that are a mystery to me. Things
Colin,
that I can't track.
and for the dragon turtle that we saw previously was pretty clearly not painted in like gold, right? He was never depicted in that manner.
No, but you don't know if that's an sort of something of the tapestry or what the Green Lady. That doesn't mean.
I wanted to make sure it wasn't like something that I just forgotten, and it was clearly obvious that they were both golden turtles or something like that.
Do you know anything about a shark deity?
You're speaking of Sokola.
Yeah, that's the name, I think.
Oh, I'm familiar with him. He's one of the demigods of this region.
Is he to be avoided? Is he to be feared?
Well, he was sealed away some time ago, from what I've heard from the locals.
I sense a but coming.
I love it when that happens.
There's no but. It came at a great cost, from what I heard. Although I don't know that great cost.
Interesting. As I said, I would like to discuss the Kalam situation, and I'll sorry.
Talk about that in private as he looks around. But as for the Tidewater Hollow, I can take you there. Once you've proven yourself to me worthy of my crew. But beyond that...
I'll look at Alakul and I'll say, is that sufficient? I'm kind of getting a lot of this secondhand.
I mean, that's...
If there's someone
enough.
that can take you to the Dragon Turtle, it's the natives. They'll be able to show you the way.
Okay.
Now, if you wish to join my crew, you're gonna have to prove yourself. There is a particular treasure that I do have a Sneeze.
Bless you.
Desire for. It is a,
Is it friendship?
it's a puzzle box of sorts.
Oh.
Held under the lock and key, the guard of a particularly problematic construct on an island in the weird sea. Kept my eye on it. Even made a go at it once or twice, but I didn't think it was worth losing too much of my crew to get it. If I take you there, a guardian, a statue made of stone and steel that breathes fire.
Okay.
A predator of sorts.
I mean, sure. Okay.
And if you take us there and we kill it, we get your box, we're crew.
I'll allow you on my crew. I think you've proven yourself at that point, to be sure. I mean, the crew that I've had so far hasn't been able to do it, that's for sure.
We are kind of down, well, a man and possibly a woman.
Why? If you need my help, part of that ability to be a pirate, that is of a sort, I suppose, management. I understand that your wizard, the one that spoke to me, is down out for the count, as well as your druid is, well, he's retarded.
Fuck.
True.
You tell him. Can you try to keep him on his back so he doesn't drool all over the deck, please?
Otherwise, he's gonna choke himself to death.
As I said, and I've sent my
Look,
crew in to
100%.
help before, so if you can have some people on my crew that you want to help you out, well, I'm more than willing to allow it. But I want you to prove yourself. I want to see that you've got the strength. And then it'll be worth my time to find Tidewater Hollow again.
Yeah, sure. No, we'll get your thing.
Can do.
Reed, you're off the quiet.
Very well.
No, I'm a Runa now.
I will say at
Well,
this
that-
point, after
Wow,
Son of a bitch.
Lou's incredibly ableist. Holy shit.
after the like night before, I will say, like, I get the feeling Adelaide kind of comes to you like sort of limping a little bit, being like, I think I want to train.
You want to train? Hell yeah.
She's already had a
Jesus
train run on her
Christ.
from the night before.
Great.
I'm proud of you, Cody.
Thank you.
That was good.
But in this case, this might actually be meaningful. Lou, how would you train Adelaide at this point? You've seen that she's trying to wield a Zweihander, which is a massive, extremely heavy blade, right?
Well, after. Yep.
And she's not been wildly successful. She's always had kind of problems with it, but it still remains the essentially a holy blade of her people. How would you like to go about helping her?
Because I know originally our initial training was in putting her strength into it, getting used to the sword, and just trying to overpower whatever's in front of her.
It was indeed, and that has helped her go up levels, but she sort of plateaued at that point.
Alright, so next up, I believe, would be, so, basically, the next step, the next, combos, and using, it, the centrifugal force, if she misses, how to follow up on it.
Alright. You can see, initially, she is, game, like I said, You get
Actually,
Yeah.
we wouldn't want to be using her weapon right now. We'd put that away and just work on footwork and how to get used to the circular momentum.
Not a bad idea, not a bad idea at all. She's grown in strength indeed, and now it's time to work on her footwork in a way. And she, like I said, after the night she had, she's, willing, able, as she, goes through the motions with you. She seems a little bit... You do see that her strength has gotten a lot better. Beneath the actual, like, as she, wields the weapons you give her, the practice weapons, you can see she's a lot more comfortable with them than you previously saw her. Her muscles sort of ripple. And you see she's, under your tutelage, she has gotten a lot stronger. And while she may not be up to snuff of you, or where she needs to be, she is really progressing, and it is thanks in large part to you and the rest of the group. Go ahead and... I'm trying to think of what is a tutelage roll. Give me
Probably wisdom.
It's definitely wisdom. I always think it's a wisdom history check.
Wisdom history. Okay. Oh wait, I have. Okay, so I'm just doing a wisdom check.
Yeah, just give me a wisdom check.
It's 12.
I mean, that's not that bad. You watch her. She is steady in her movement, and she watches you. You fall back to familiar teachings. You remember whenever you were just a young upstart, whenever you were first learning to use a weapon, and you cast your mind back beneath Fenris the Maris, and you take those lessons to heart and teach her the same. I guess I will roll to see how she does.
Oh, this girl's better than me.
She does okay. Like I said, it's pretty much straight down the middle. She got a 12. It's not wildly impressive, but she's learning. You have helped her increase a level in... I mean, she is a paladin, so she has gone up a level in paladin. Afterwards, she is grateful, exhausted to an extent, breathing heavily, sheened in sweat. She goes to Henley.
Yes.
Would you like to have a drink?
That's not what that means.
Yeah.
Alright. It's on me.
Just so you know, while she's gone, I will continue training. Honestly, seeing Bismarck kinda piss Reed off, especially the fact that there's still nothing he can do.
Understandable.
Wait, before I go do that though, I do check with the sailors I'm with and ask them if they need to finish up anything before I go have a drink with her.
For the most part, they say, I reckon not. Looks like everything's in order. Captain Burnesh pretty much holds a pretty pretty tight ship. It's not much to see.
Okay. Good luck, guys. And then I go with Adelaide and I go do whatever she wanted to do.
Oh, that's nice. No one's ever wished us any good luck before. But she is, she has taken a liking to you, Henley. She is, I don't know. I wouldn't say she...
Romantic subplot.
I wouldn't even call it a romantic subplot. She's almost taken a liking to you as like a... I don't know, like almost like a girlfriend she can talk to.
Oh no.
Okay.
They get plowed side by side.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have sex with each other. They just jack off next to each other, as you know, girls do in this day and age.
Do you want to hold hands while we both get some BBC?
Jesus Christ.
But
All right. Well, what's she want to do?
she just wants to
Do
go
that.
have a drink. And she asks you, now that you've had a chance to, wind down, realistically, it's not been that long since you had, you know, the thing with your family and the town. While it's
It's only been like a few weeks, right?
it's only been a few weeks. It has not, like, in-game time, it's not been a long time. We are getting, probably getting to some time skips here to catch up with in-game time to real-life time, because the airship has to travel, but for now, it's not been a long time. And she is getting to be where Adelaide is your friend, you know? She likes you. She enjoys your company. She kind of likes the fact that you're a little bit naive to the ways of this, like, the city, and, the ways of, like, a big sort of metropolitan, so she's able, it's almost like, a comfort of sorts, as she has the opportunity to almost relax and not feel like she has to be on edge. But she goes and she has a drink with you, and she'd like to, and you have the opportunity to talk with her. She asks you about, at this point, now that you've had some time to process what's gone on with your family, she asks you about it.
I'm upset that I'm not with them, but I kind of take solace in the fact that I'm making the world better for them. Like, one day I can hopefully return to them and it'd be okay. I imagine you feel the same way about your kingdom.
Just sort of nods her head, and she says,
Don't correct Henley on that. He doesn't fucking know.
you're not there, you don't know.
You don't know. Shut the fuck up.
She sort of nods her head and says, before this all happened, I never gave it a thought, even. Does that seem bad or wrong that I didn't even, before all this happened, I didn't even give a damn about my own people?
No, because I didn't really think about it beforehand. You don't have to think about things that you don't have to deal with, typically.
I wish I hadn't had to worry about it, to tell you the truth.
That's everybody here, and I don't think anyone wants to be in the scenario we're in. It's a lot on your shoulders.
That is true. But I don't want this to sound wrong, but I'm almost happy that it happened. I don't think I ever would have. I want to be a good ruler. I want to do right by my people, and if this hadn't happened, I I don't know that I would have, honestly.
I believe you'll get there. And you'll be what you want to be. I believe in you, Adelaide, and I kind of put my hand on her shoulder.
She reaches up and sort of takes your hand and she says, and you can see as she sort of glances over at the handle of the sword that rests nearby. I doubt myself a lot, I'm afraid.
I don't know why you're coming along well.
But it doesn't feel fast enough.
It probably won't ever. But what can you do other than just keep going forward and getting better?
You're a lot smarter than you think you are.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said about me. See, you are getting better and improving.
Dang.
She, orders a round of drinks. Makes sure that you have one, and she says, I promised you a drink, and to tell you the truth, you've significantly, well, eased my mind, for what that's worth.
I'm glad. I'm sure it was a lot to drink in, though. Adelaide doesn't seem like she likes puns.
Congratulations on being persona non gratis.
I'm afraid that puns are lost on me. I do like a good joke, though. Now, you are a hunter, yes?
Yeah.
How do you feel about this island where you can hunt for people?
This is it.
That's
This is
like
the
an
turning
inhumane.
point on the RPG.
I was just curious.
Adelaide, I think that if you do that, you're kind of, using your immense power and wealth to oppress people by hunting them. Is that the kind of person you want to be?
I suppose.
Henley refuses to be a white person.
I suppose not.
Hey, you can't go back to your people and be like, yeah, so I found this island where you hunt people. They'd be like, oh wow, she's gonna hunt us.
No,
I say this as a hunted person.
No, I was just curious. It was a silly thought. Although it would be interesting. Like, can you imagine, like, if we hunted people? We wouldn't, but what if we did? Like, can you imagine if the two of us were together and our lips were close and we hunted people?
But what if we did?
But what if we did?
Wait, what? Go back. So you want to kiss me while you hunt people?
I mean, I'm not saying that we would do that, but what if we did?
I mean, if we did, that would be insane.
Entire conversation.
That would be pretty crazy.
Yeah, and you know what the crazy part is is the hunting people, not the kissing part.
What are you saying? You want to kiss me right now?
I mean, I am tipsy.
She kisses you.
I awkwardly reciprocate because I don't know how to do it.
Nice. Just boot things.
Just boot things.
Sorry, I've had a little bit to drink and we're on a new boat and I am new boat goofing, so.
And you're a marine.
Well, I've never heard of this term new boat goofing
New
before.
boat goofing.
I love it. I fucking love it.
We're on the Iron Trove. I'm used to the skyship, so I guess we're new boat goofing.
I guess we got our land legs and we're lip locked.
That was, she almost immediately sort of pulls back and says, that was silly of me, I'm sorry.
I've just come to expect you're very sexual.
It's like I said, it has been it's not been an easy adaptation sailing aboard the ship. Isolated from the actual city itself. Vestia's always interested in her crystal balls, not any others.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean,
is
we're in a city today. Can't we just live it up for a little bit?
exactly.
This is a city of pirates. I can imagine that they have fun.
Nipsey's always got her mind buried on Carrington. Lincoln has his herbs and flowers. M is M. Who can tell what the hell he's going on? It's nice to be somewhere a little bit more metropolitan. I shouldn't have put that on you, Henley. I apologize.
No, you're fine. I have fun when I hang out with you. Somehow.
And she sort of, looks at you and says, "You did look damn dapper in those clothes I got you."
Colin, do we still have those, or were they destroyed as we were, like, leaving?
You've got them. You've still got them.
Well, how about I go put them on and we go overnight in the town?
I think that sounds like a very good idea. I think everybody else could use a day to, or at least a few hours to resituate. I don't think a day is going to make that much of a difference to you.
I don't know.
I think you should put on your finest clothes and we should see how much we can drink in this town.
By finest clothes, you mean my one set?
She sort of looks at you and says, "I'm not saying that these clothes are bad, it's just if you're going out for a night in the town, you want something a little bit more fancy over functional."
Alright, well, let me change and we can go out.
I would like that. I think it'd be nice for everyone to have a good drink. Just cut loose and have a good night before we deal with whatever is in front of us.
I agree.
Alright. But she's not, in all fairness, she's also not just inviting Henley. She's also kind of like, "Hey, who wants to go and just have a night where we have a drink and we're calm?"
I like the idea of...
I will say, while this is going, Aruna's missing arms, Karakwa's borderline mentally handicapped, but Adelaide's still like, "We should have a night, just to cool
This
down."
entire bit with
But-
Adelaide, I realized, is when Mila Kunis went to the Marine Corps ball with some fresh boot 18-year-old.
But that's the whole point of why I'm like, Aruna, Karakwa, if you want to make new temporary characters, you absolutely can.
I sent you a message, Colin.
Oh, I
Something
don't
thinking.
I don't want to look at
He doesn't want to look at the disc.
It's a DM. You don't have to look at the channel.
It's pussy. Lots of pussy.
He does it all for the pussy.
Damn. Oh no. Oh no.
I like the idea of Henley and Adelaide coming in drunk, all giddy, asking everyone if they want to go out with them.
basically.
I'm pretty sure that when Adelaide apologized to Henley, like, whatever book that Ito was reading or something just fell on the desk due to the strangeness.
I feel like someone's changed.
I sense a grave disturbance in the force. As if a million impossibilities happened all at once.
It would if you want to well, or we can do it after. I don't know.
Well, if
Maybe
you
me and Tommy can talk with you
like I
and
say,
just kind of come around.
if that's what
like
you
the
want,
weather.
Burnish has been pretty much everywhere, including across the ocean to other continents, basically.
That's fair.
So if that's what you're looking for, it could very, very well be that he would have someone on his crew that is able to is proficient with that, you know? It's
Okay.
very possible. But it would just it would be rare and Stallreich, but from the Gene Mod dynasty, that'd be understandable, and you could be from there. Now, I lost track of where I was. Oh yeah, in Night on the Town. Adelaide invites everyone out. She just... You've seen so much, like, darkness and fucked up shit over the past, like, 2 days. I'm pretty sure I just saw a cat attack Connor's
You did?
webcam.
Thank you.
It'd be nice, and she just thinks it would be nice to have a night. Just a night where you're able to enjoy yourselves, have a drink, not worry about being Captain Burnesh's crew, not worry about the prophecy, not worry about the invasion. Just have a single night, because you can see it also weighs on her. And yes, she is, you know, trying her best. She wants to be a good emperor. She wants to be a good leader for her people, but she's still young. She still just wants to have a night where she can get completely drunk and pass out in a gutter, basically. And that's what she invites you to. The Flaming Frond awaits. As you continue, like I said, and I did make it a point, Aruna would take multiple days to recover, so you've got time to kind of spend around here.
I'm not welcome in the bar. I would probably stay with her.
Colin's becoming a robot, so.
Uh-oh.
He's become a robot.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Did his router freeze?
Oh no, I keep dropping down to red. Am I uploading something? No. No, I'm not uploading. It just keeps dropping down to red every now and then.
Colin is finally ascending. His sage status is elevated.
It's very possible, because I keep seeing it go from red to green. Can't do anything about it right now.
Yep.
You're not really welcome in the bar, Ito.
Yeah, no, I would just stay with Aruna. Probably talk strategy.
But Captain Burnesh is willing, sits with you. He makes he does make a couple of arm puns as, he says, I'd, wish you better health, but I don't want to get too heavy-handed here.
Oh.
And sort of laughs about it. But you're able to if you want to talk to him about Kalam now that you're isolated, you can.
Sure.
Everybody else that wants to go have a drink, Adelaide sort of leads everyone out on a night on the town, and she says, nobody is buying anything. I have plenty of coin. Drink to your heart's content. I just want a night where I don't have to worry about the King of Black Everfrost, the sword or the crown. I just want to have drinks. And it'd be nice to have drinks with you. I mean, it's been a while since my father died, and I don't have a mother, and I don't have sisters anymore. It'd be nice to have some family.
I'm already in, guys.
I'll drink with her. Why not?
I feel like I didn't want to push a romance between Hindley and Adelaide,
No,
but it feels
own
like
it,
it's going
own it.
that way.
Own it. So good.
I told you, whatever
brain.
whichever way you push it all into it, it doesn't matter.
Emily is literally just the jarhead that's living the dream. He's got his lifted Ford F-150.
Well, Adelaide's polyamorous, so
yeah, that means she sleeps with jarheads. That's what that means.
I feel bad. Cody, what is Karakwa doing?
What else can Karakwa do? He is.
It's hard because you've been put in a rough position, considering.
I imagine he'd be following whoever just kind of like whistles to him and snaps like,
Think-
"Come on,
I
boy,
think
come
it would
on."
be me. So what I want, Cody, is I have Bert in owl form trying to pick up spoonfuls of food to try to feed me and you, and we're just real sad in a room together.
Was eating out Aruna. There you go.
I just,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just
If
like
that's the
Karakwa
case-
being seen as like a puppy. Come here,
If
boy.
that's
Come
the
here.
case,
This
I'll
is
look
just
after them.
basically me when I had the bad trip through the star scope, right? Like a year
No, this
ago.
is worse because this is permanent.
Worse?
The thing is, it's hard to say, because what's fucked about is a feeble mind is you get to repeat the saving throw. You don't get cured after 30 days, you repeat the saving throws, but the thing is, it's an intelligence saving throw at the end of 30 days with a 1 intelligence. So
It's
you are
it's
almost,
a chance in hell.
it is a chance in hell that you will actually pass that feeble mind.
Well, damn, if
Wait,
that's the
you
case,
need
I'm
to,
gonna
like,
stay
credit,
behind and
right?
watch
Well, is
them.
it based off of the DC?
It is based off of her DC, and her DC, it is
And he
impossible
passed
for
that.
Karakwa to pass
Yeah.
that at this point.
Yeah.
It is impossible for him to cure Feeble Mind without someone curing it on him.
Hey, Beaver, you don't have to stay behind. I'm gonna stay in the goddamn ship.
Oh, that's right, you're not feeble-minded, you're just crippled.
You're
Yeah.
just useless. Sorry, my bad.
No,
You're just harmless.
Aruna's sitting at the table, like holding drinks up to her mouth and pouring them down her throat.
Hang on,
But
hey,
no,
hey,
just
hey,
make her a
wait, hang on.
straw.
No,
Aruna,
because- but-
Aruna, let me give Aruna a hand of applause.
Thank you.
Aruna can't cast spells, but still has her mind. As Ito is able to talk with Burnesh. And between the three of you, maybe figure something out as you're able to talk about Kalam now, as he sort of nervously looks at the door.
I mean, first of all, let's address that. Why is it so?
That's a holy drink, lad. Some of the people here, holy, only to be drunken by the holiest of men, chieftains, oracles, and the like.
For the natives.
For the natives, yes, and I've got some natives on my boat. If they talked about you drinking it willy-nilly, they would not take kindly to it.
Which is what?
That is something that
Oh,
is...
okay.
It's sacred to their people.
Correct. Well,
You can't just be you can't just throw Kalam around here. You can't throw that word around.
sure. Should I call it something else?
It's not that you need to call it something else, you just don't need to talk about it at all unless you're talking about it with me. I've lived a long time, lad, and I'm comfortable enough talking about it, but some of these people, if you even mention the word, they'll swear that it brings bad luck, that it's gonna bring the Kraken down on us.
Yeah, that's not my intent, but unfortunately I need
Uh,
to imbibe some of it.
I do understand that, but you're not gonna find anyone that can prepare it for you outside of a holy man, a chieftain, or an oracle, or something of the like.
Will they share it with a foreigner?
I don't know. Maybe if you prove yourself to them
Jeez.
worthy of it, they might, but they wouldn't just give it to you.
Okay, cool, good to know. What am I walking into the jungle? Where do I find a holy man?
It's a good thing this is Colin's game, not Max's. Max's would make you look for a block of cheese.
No, he was the holy man. His cheddar disciples.
He looks
It
at
wasn't
you
hard to find.
and he says, I can take you to a holy man, if you prove yourself to me.
Sure.
This man's all about proving them. There's people proving themselves.
Well, you're not part of his crew yet, so...
Can I tell? Did he react when I mentioned that Bismarck is potentially hunting for him?
He didn't care at all.
For himself?
For himself.
Okay.
He can disappear. He says, I'll take you. If you can prove yourself to Tidewater Hollow. There is a powerful chieftain there. His sons and daughters, they can give you the kalam. They can prepare it.
I found it for you, Colin.
Oh yeah, there we go.
What is it?
There is a chieftain there. I've not had a lot of interactions with him. Not more than a brief passing. But Kari Nakalu, he can prepare it for you.
What was that name again?
Kari
Kari.
Nakalu.
Okay.
He'll prepare it for you. Would that be amenable?
I feel like we
This-
just fell
this
out
is-
of the sky. And
This is the most serious you've seen him be at talking about Kalam.
I don't know what it's going to do, but it's supposed to show me something. I had it. I had some of it. It was very watered down, and it produced a vision. But I'm told in order to understand that vision, I need the real thing. So, if I'm not here, I'm fighting a war, and right now I can't fight a war. So, point me in a direction. Where am I going? How do I prove myself to you?
Same thing. Get the puzzle box for me and I'll consider you as good a crew as I've ever had. How's that? And-
Sounds good to me.
I look after my crew. You might think of me as a drunk, a little bit of a lush, perhaps an asshole, and I suppose I am. I wouldn't say I've agreed with the likes of Gehenthermaz, this sentimentality towards your kind, but I do look after my crew. And so if you prove yourself to me, I'll see that you get to Tidewater Hollow.
I think it was it Sol Sanctus that told us about Bahamut's mandate?
Bahamut's mandate is indeed something that he
One of the
talked to you
dragons.
about.
Yeah, I think that was Sol Sanctus that told us about
But it is also something that is very old. The dragons are dying out in this world,
it. Sure.
because it is time to pass it on to man. But he does say, like I said, he says, I'll see that you get to Tidewater Hollow. I can't guarantee anything beyond that.
No, that's fine. I have a feeling that if the universe wants me to find some of this stuff, it'll force it down my throat if it needs to.
Shut up, Connor.
No, Ito would say that.
I'll see that you find it. Well, if you prove yourself.
Appreciate it. I think I'm gonna go hang out with my arms friend for a minute.
Alright. Has Cody managed to make a character yet?
Cody and Tommy are
They're in a
room.
different room.
What the fuck?
They're probably.
I mean, it's
discussing-
like 8 o'clock at this point. I don't think they're getting character done tonight.
We've only been playing for 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
I was gonna say it's absolutely been longer than 2
It's
hours.
still late though.
I don't know. We talked a lot of bullshit for the first like half an hour.
Hold on, let me go ask if they've got their shit together. That is the wrong room.
Ooh. Oh, hi, baby.
Hey, have you got your character? Have you managed to put cobble a character together, or
You okay?
have you managed to
So I
cobble a
wanna play
character together?
necromancer to just look at Lou every time I raise some dead. You know, man. Not really.
Because we might have a fight here because you have Burnesh wanting you to go fight and gather something for his horde. He wants you to fight a steel defender, a steel predator.
Well, I want to ask you some stuff. You were saying that it would be like from the Gene Mod
You would
Dynasty.
be if you used a black powder weapon, you would be from the Gene Ma dynasty, because they do
Okay,
have black
tell me-
powder weapons.
Okay, is it still like what's the general like? So is that basically not China?
It is China. It is Mongolia, basically.
Okay, based 1, 2.
They basically imagine they're like horseback archers, but they don't use bows. They use like muskets and flintlock like matchlock pistols and things from horseback.
I'm thinking based.
But Captain Burnesh would have been there. He's sailed all through that region.
Yeah, fair. What's the typical name sound like from there? Should I go with Chinese sounding names?
Just go with Chinese sounding names, yeah.
And humans, I'm guessing.
Most there's a lot of humans, yes. There are elves and things like that.
Okay. I was
Interesting.
thinking-
They actually, if you wanted to get wild and crazy, surprising amount of centaurs that ride along with the actual cavalry, because they like while they have humans on cavalry, they also have centaurs that have they usually dual wield flintlock like matchlock pistols.
So
Okay, that's pretty fucking awesome.
So in other words, Cody, cavalier fighter, and I ride on top of you, right?
Oh my god.
But the Gene Ma dynasty specializes in light cavalry essentially.
Okay, I'll have to rethink the human, but I don't see how a centaur would do on a boat. What about a minotaur? Are there minotaurs over there?
Sure.
Sure, just sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have everything over
I'll
there.
probably stick with human because I just want to make it a simple character I can easily roleplay.
Yeah, but like I said, they specialize on, like I said, firearms and light cavalry. They do a lot of hit and run.
Okay. What's the Is it normal to get mercenaries from them?
Not for Stahlreich, but for
A pirate?
for a pirate, sure.
Okay. So Colin,
Yeah.
we're gonna be coming in this game, or would it be next game?
And what?
Are we gonna be fighting in this game or next game?
I have a map set up to fight, but I don't know if we're gonna end it because it's almost 8. But I also don't think
Okay.
it'll take that long of a fight because it's meant to be just a hey, prove yourself to me fight. It's not meant to be hard.
Okay. I got character description and how to act and stuff, but since it's Volda's, it's not really built yet to in a character sheet, so I could roll with it. I
I
guess.
said, I kind of want to get through the point where you prove yourself to Captain Burnesh and be like, all right, come along, I'll show you to them. Because the fight that I've got planned it's not a hard fight, really. If you don't need to know your characters that well.
Okay.
Well, I've already got a character sheet made up.
That's fine.
So,
If you want
and
to.
I put a musket into his inventory.
Yeah, he'd probably have the equivalent of a musket and flintlock pistol and stuff like that. Because like I said, that's what the Gene Ma dynasty has. They have black powder weapons essentially.
Okay. I can BS it probably.
Okay.
I need to come up with a name, so hold on.
That's fine. I have to go.
That's like
If you want, I have to go pee. So if you want to talk about it, you can. If you want to rejoin them, you can. But I'm gonna go back and go pee real fast.
Will you be able to pull tokens from D&D?
I can get tokens for you if you want. If you
But I mean, like also like the character sheet.
I can get a character sheet for you if you just send it to me.
All right, give me 1 second.
As long
I'll
as
come
it's
up
in
with a name.
D&D Beyond, I can do it. If it's in Valdez, Tommy, like I said, you'll have to you know, roll your own d20. But I do have to go pee really bad, so I will go back and let you finish that up. All right, I'm gonna go pee, but they are finishing up their stuff.
Okay.
That's the song.
Logs on display from Discord. I don't feel like going to YouTube for it.
Oh, you didn't say Les Claypool. Or if you did, I didn't hear it.
And it is Les Claypool. It's probably the best song he's done outside of Primus. Actually, it's probably one of my favorite ones he's done. Period.
All right. As I said, I would like to get through the proving yourself to Captain Burnesh fight because it's not a hard fight, really. And
That's what you think.
well, I mean, it's not like wildly easy, but it's also not like wildly hard either.
I think you
As long as I
underestimate
get a chance in this campaign to suplex a dragon,
I feel like a combat this late is a poor idea.
It's not even 8 o'clock yet, Connor.
I mean, I'm not. It's only 5 for
it's
me.
not even 8 o'clock yet for him.
I have to make dinner soon, and
I don't care about your
people
dinner.
have fucking work tomorrow.
Connor, have you thought about this? Why don't you just starve?
I mean,
People have work tomorrow.
Lou, you're one to talk.
Are they gonna have to wait? Is the difference between going to bed at 8 and going to bed at 9 going to be that much different? It's not meant to be a 2-hour, 4-hour long battle. It's not a boss fight.
Yeah, but Connor takes 35-minute turns, so it's gonna be a 4-hour long boss fight.
It's not a
I'm just
boss
storing
fight.
food for when the Everfrost King takes over. Okay.
We're just sort of giving them time to finalize what they want their characters to be, because they've got the idea. While basically Henley and Adelaide flirt with each other, and Ito looks on like, should I do something about this?
No.
I mean, she can't flirt with Reed because Reed's got a long-distance girlfriend.
she goes to a different high school.
All right, she's real. She's in Canada. Just
She's real. She's in the Underdark.
True.
She has a dog.
No, dump her. She's not worth.
The Underdark is Canada. Confirmed.
The question is, did you manage to come up with some characters? Short notice, but
Unfortunately.
unfortunately.
I can't wait for Tommy to announce that he's playing a quadriplegic wizard.
I feel bad because Tommy, you might have to just like move around Aruna's token and tell me what your character does.
Fine. It's because it's Valdez.
Like I said,
know?
if you don't have a D&D Beyond sheet, I can't do anything about that.
Yeah. If for next time, if you leave Foundry open a little bit, or like before the game, I can punch in the information myself.
So, my character is going to be from the Jin Ma dynasty.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's basically not China, and I'm trying to do a character
No, it's
name.
not China. It's not Mongolia.
Not Mongolia, and I'm trying to do a character name, but at the same time,
Cody,
I don't want.
Cody,
What?
go into your kitchen, grab some silverware, throw it on the wall.
Yeah.
Something
Your name.
long.
No, your name is Kikoman Teriyaki.
Something long.
I'm not playing a
We-
character name. Something
We too
Wong.
low. Bang, bang,
Jin
ding, gaff.
Bang out.
Dick long.
Hung low.
Yo, can your
No,
character talk like
hello.
Mickey Rourke in A Christmas Story? Can you be Mickey Rourke from A Christmas Story? That horribly racist impression.
Mickey Rourke's in the Christmas story?
He's in what? 16
the-
Candles.
The Chinese guy who keeps telling the kids not to ring his bell or something.
But yes, indeed, Karakwa. Well, Cody, you can be from the Jin Ma dynasty if we've discussed things with you wanting to use firearms. That is
Yeah.
that is where they would be from.
The only thing is that I have a very hard time pronouncing some of that stuff.
I will pronounce it
Yeah.
for you. I can pronounce all languages.
No, you can't.
Cody.
Shut up.
White
What?
people.
His name is
What
Kati.
about white people?
It's not Cody, it's Kati. Trust me, I know I can pronounce all languages.
Cody's about to serve up that good food that's good for typical white person.
Yes.
I mean, I make pretty good white person food. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty decent.
I like fried chicken.
Implying white people food can be good.
Oh wait, fried chicken's not a white person food.
It is pretty good. What you talking about?
I mean, fried chicken's a black person food. Sorry.
That's true.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Along with purple drink. It's a delicacy.
No, along with barbecue.
That too.
Delicious.
You guys need to stop or Lou's gonna ask if it's an N-word pass again.
Are you implying we had it in the
Getting it
first
right now.
place?
If we go,
No, Lou
like,
was asking for one.
If
Oh,
we
no.
go for a month without a single instance, do we get a free N-word pass?
Can we say Nubian?
No.
Like Nubian princess?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus, mother.
Can we say Nubian is an office level joke? That's so good. That's so good. Fuck you, Colin.
The worst kind of dog whistle.
It'd
the
be
clever
even
one.
funnier. After he says that, he would then ask Stanley, and that's a not go over well.
True. Can we say Nubian? Hey, can we say Nubian?
So good news for you, Cody. If I pick Burden of Atonement, I have Greater Restoration, but not until 17th level. So I won't be able to save you. So it's perfect.
The rest of you that aren't making characters are able to go to the Flaming Frond and have fine drinks. You're able to pass the time. Adelaide drinks way too much.
Classic.
She draws one of her daggers and threatens a pirate. Say, do you know who I am?
I'm
I'm
gonna be your bodyguard for them. I'd be like, whoa, 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 girl.
I'm the Holy Emperor. I let you rove these seas. But she sort of she has too much to drink. You have to sort of talk her back. But you don't have to work too hard to talk her back, as she sort of stows the dagger and says, "You're lucky I'm here with my friends. 'Cause I don't want to make them mad. But you're lucky." That sort of thing. TBA, fantastic.
Yeah, I'll come up with a name later. Okay, shut up.
TBR.
I'm gonna fucking give you a name.
All right. For now.
Johnny.
Name him Tibba.
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 Tibba the wise and powerful.
Jesus.
Named you TBA Loping.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Holy shit! I fucking hate it.
Lo Ping even sounds Chinese. It's great.
TBA, there we go. configure permissions. This is going to be a Karakwa.
Oh, this is gonna be a fucking mess.
Your token's not going to look quite the same as everyone else's.
That's fine.
It's because he's Asian.
Are we,
Oh wait, I might be.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Yeah.
Hey, Colin.
Hey, that's
We're
pretty
having
close.
We're having, like basic magic weapons.
Basic magic weapons. Yeah. You can have access to a +1 weapon.
Let me add that in there real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, if I was gonna play another character, I was gonna go with firearms too.
Well, it's too late. I did it.
You have to you have to sort of sort of have to hold Adelaide back as she drinks too much.
He would be a gun monk. A gunk, if you will.
They do have Baldus does have a gun kata monk, so
Good.
Jesus
As it
merciful
should.
Christ. No,
Actually-
it should not.
How
Nothing should have gun kata in it.
How does
Nothing.
Baldus keep getting more and more based every day?
Pretty based.
Good lord.
Henley, you kind of have to keep an eye on her. She is not nearly as restrained as you are. She has way too much to drink. She accidentally sort of well, roll an insight check.
I like to think it's like looking after a dog. And we just starts running after. It's like, no, 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 no!
She is.
12.
You can see she doing this. She sort of tips over someone drink, and you immediately get the feeling she did not tip this over by accident. She just tossed someone else's drink over and says, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that." As it actually causes a small fight to break out in the bar. As someone swings. This guy that she knocked her drink over, like, swings at Adelaide, saying, "You bitch!" Makes an attack roll. He punches Adelaide squarely in the jaw as she sort of staggers backwards. You hit like a girl! What would you like to do, Henley?
She looks like stunned, right?
A little bit, yeah. He got
I'm gonna
a
be
good
like,
hit on her.
I'm gonna be surprisingly, even to myself, kind of defensive for it. I'm gonna punch him back. And then I'd be like, why the fuck did I just do that?
Alright. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
This is Henley at all times.
15.
Alright, that's enough to hit him. He's unarmored at this point. He's just a drunk in a bar as he sort of, his fist, he throws a hook that catches Adelaide just in the jaw. It's a strong hit, drawing blood on her. It looks like she's got a little bit of blood pouring from the side of her mouth. And yet she doesn't seem that phased as she sort of spits out blood, but you immediately turn around and just sock him straight over the side of the head. How much damage do you do? It is a... it's unarmed attack, and you're not...
6 damage.
I mean, that's not bad, realistically.
No.
That's enough to, like, drop him down to the ground. He sort of staggers away. That's enough to at least avert an entire bar fight as he sort of collapses on the ground. Not unconscious, but he sort of slowly pulls himself up, and he sort of staggers to the door. As Adelaide sort of comes up to you and she sort of straightens her clothes. Sort of pushing down the creases and says, "There's no need to look bad whenever you knock someone else. Knock someone out. Now is there?" But she smiles at you.
No, I guess not. I don't even know why I punched him.
It's because you're smart. That's why.
I mean, okay, if
She
you
saw
say
it
so.
because you know what's
Forty
good.
will make a man
She
do a
knows
lot of
you
things.
because you know what's good for you. That's why.
Thank you.
And she sort of smiles at you.
I got
There wasn't meant to be a romance between Adelaide and Henley, but it's happening.
I kind of look at the bartender. I'm like, he can have a drink on me when he gets up.
All right. All right. I've got Cody. Did you completely finish your character.
The only thing I don't have is a name and finalization on the background, and it doesn't really matter. So yes.
Yeah. All right, your TBA.
Yes.
I really want you to come up with a name that is now TBA.
I'll do it. Don't make me.
You better.
Cody, you're not playing a half-orc cleric of the Tempest?
TBA.
No, I didn't want to do a cleric because he'd have access to just instant healing and shit like that.
Your
And, like,
TBA low ping. And Tommy, you've got your character, right?
Yeah, I
Where-
can hit stuff.
Well, you can move Aruna's token around, but you can.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. You pass the night. Other than that, it's a sort of raucous, rowdy night. But Adelaide doesn't get any fights beyond that. She eventually, I mean, she has the night that she hopes for, just a night where she's able to just drink. She doesn't pursue Henley any farther than that. She's probably too drunk to. Whenever each of you is able to retire, you find yourself retiring to the ship of Captain Burnesh, the Iron Trove, and each of you finds a comfortable bed there. Captain Burnesh, despite his standoffishness, is not unwelcoming. And whenever you wake in the morning, you're wakened by the feeling of the ship moving up and down, slowly, rhythmically. He's already set out to sail with you on board.
That son of a bitch.
Your cabins are comfortable, to be sure. But Captain Burnesh wants you to prove yourselves to him. If you're going to be one of the crew, he wants you to prove it you to himself, but he also really wants the treasure. He wants this puzzle box. And whenever you come up on deck, you can see you're in the heart of the weird sea. And it is weird. Looking out over the vast cerulean expanse, you can see the waves don't merely rise up, crash into white caps. They almost form figures, strange elementals that twist themselves in whirling torrents, crashing against the ship, buffeting it, causing it to cast side to side, before dying down and calming, as the ship itself seems to weather it well, however. Captain Burnesh says, I hope you've got all your ducks in order, because we've got your trial here in front of us, as he points off in the distance. You can barely make out the faintest sliver of an island. It's small, tiny, really. But you can see upon it, it has a spire of stone twisting to the heavens above, some 50 feet. The top of it crashed within, ruins, as if a great weight fell upon it. Whether that be natural disaster or the great weight of time, you are unsure. But it draws closer and closer, as he says, that's where your trial will be.
I look forward
Cool.
to it.
Is it? And it's morning, assuming. When we're
Yes, he, you passed the day, had a nice night, but it is morning. That's where your trial will be. I hope you're ready. Because if you fail, I'm not doing a damn thing to help you.
Sounds good to me.
That's fair.
The ship sails ever closer. The vast, sandy expanse in front of you. The great tower rising higher into the air, scraping against a beautiful blue sky. And you know what? We can end it there.
What?
We can end it
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Oh my god.
We can. I kind of wanted this fight to be this week, but I think we can get through it next week. And we'll let Cody. You can think about your character's name more.
I mean, it's not that big a deal if it's just meant to be like a small scale thing.
It's meant to be a small scale fight, but we can pick it up next week. I'll let you think about it. We have been playing for 3.5 hours. It's
Oh my god.
it's fine.
Okay.
But we'll pick it up next week with you proving yourself worthy of the crew of Captain Burnesh, and from that worthiness, he can help you on Kalam. You know, the Green Lady. Basically, that unlocks the entirety of the Weird Sea, essentially. Whenever you prove yourself. But that'll be next week.